Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to South Kitsap High School and Joel Knowles Field. Here tonight is homecoming at South Kitsap High School. A lot of excitement in the air as the Wolves are working on an undefeated season coming into this game against the Lincoln Abes, ranked number 9 in the state of Washington with an overall record of 7-0. And joining me again in the booth tonight is my partner in crime, D-Rod, David Rodriguez. David, thanks for being here again tonight.
Thanks, Darren, for having me, and appreciate South Kitsap Video Production Department for letting us come in the booth and do the show. And as we welcome the Lincoln Abes here to South Kitsap, should be a hostile homecoming environment, as the Wolves are, as you mentioned, undefeated, and a very exciting season for the South Kitsap Wolves. 2 regular season games to go, and some playoff games, more than one, we hope, for the Wolves, as their offense and defense and even special teams proved to be very effective and very fun and surprising for everybody in the league and around the state.
South Kitsap with 2 games remaining in the regular season here this year. Tonight, again, the homecoming game against Lincoln, and next week the Wolves will finish at home their final home game of the season, wrapping things up against the Mount Tahoma Thunderbirds. And the Wolves are looking to go perfect for the season in the regular season before the playoffs come around here. So as both players, both sides and the players are now coming out onto the field, and we have the South Kitsap High School Marching Band down on the field as well, led by Mr. Gary Grahams, who will be playing the national anthem here as we are also getting ready for the South Kitsap High School's national NJROTC cadets to walk the flag out onto the field. But D-Rod, we're looking for nothing but excitement here tonight as we are getting ready to have the color guards present our nation's flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, South Kitsap Band under the direction of Gary Grahams. Tonight's national anthem will be conducted by Senior Drum Major Paula Santos, Junior Drum Major James Damian, and Senior Field Marshal Simone Schaefer. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Colors have cleared the field.
That was the South Kitsap High School Marching Band playing the national anthem as the NJROTC color guard exits the field. And tonight, D-Rod, we expect a lot of big things from South Kitsap. A big homecoming game here tonight. We have a very nice crowd here. A lot of former students, parents, and so forth who have come to the game here tonight. to all be a part of the enjoyable homecoming festivities that we have every year here at South Kitsap.
Well, as an alumni of South Kitsap, myself, 92, it's always a special time here at South Kitsap and Port Orchard for the homecoming game, and it's nice to see the Lincoln Abes here playing South Kitsap this year. We've been playing Lincoln for a long time, and it's nice to have them here. Pleasure to host Lincoln on our home turf here at South Kitsap. It should be an exciting game, and South Kitsap brings a lot of excitement to the field, as we were mentioning before, offensively, defensively, and even on special teams.
South Kitsap will be receiving the kickoff here as the Lincoln Abes will be kicking from their own 40-yard line. South Kitsap looking to go for their 8th straight victory with last week. They had a 33-14 victory over the Stadium Tigers back at the Stadium Bowl, and South Kitsap, their last 2 home games will be here at Joe Knowles Field, so home field advantage will play a big role in the next 2 weeks. And South Kitsap looking to do some damage, doing a nice job getting a lot of wins, but not scoring a lot of points throughout the season, but erupting for 33 last week as the South Kitsap Wolves brought their very well-balanced passing and running attack here. And the Wolves have been battling some injuries as well.
Well, as we kick off here on a muddy field, but at least the rain has stopped. The injuries shouldn't play too much of a part here tonight, as I believe Gordy Anderson will be starting at quarterback.
Yes, he will, as Leon Ladeau took the opening kickoff and ran it back near his own 35-yard line. So the South Kitsap Wolves are going to have the first offensive series here at their homecoming game at Joe Knowles Field. So the Wolves are going to come out with a high-powered attack. Gordy Anderson is in at quarterback, but D-Rod, he's been battling some bad back for the last several weeks.
Well, I'm sure Gordy's going to come out ready to play. And the receivers are going to be ready to catch. The runners are going to be ready to run, and he's dropping back as he rolls right. He's got some Lincoln tacklers after him as we get a catch out of the 50-yard line. That is Isaiah Davis for a first down catch right out of the gate. Gordy took a shot there in the back on the first play of the game as he was rolling around scrambling. Didn't really have anybody. Isaiah Davis totally uncovered on that play.
Davis has had a great season so far this year. Pretty much doing everything. Wide receiver, extra points, and he's kickoff returns, punt returns, you name it, as the Wolves are going to get a big first down play here, a gain of about 15. They get the ball right at midfield, going from our left to right. Anderson under center, they're going to hand the ball off to, and he does. This time they hand it off to Robert Issa, and he keeps moving his feet forward. And nice job by Issa right there. He's going to get past the 45-yard line, but looks like they're going to spot it at about the 44-yard line. So Robert Issa also having a great season this year, leading the Wolves in rushing, just under 1,000 yards, but the way he's been running the ball most likely will go over the 1,000-yard mark tonight.
An impressive note for a South Kitsap running back is the running attack is always spread around between 2, 3, sometimes 4 running backs.
Anderson under center. He's going to look for his primary target. That's Leon Ladeau out in the flat, and he has him at the 40. He sidesteps a man. He gets past him at the 30, at the 20. 1 man to beat. Stays on his feet. Touchdown, Leon Ladeau.
That's a quick 6 for South Kitsap. The third play from the scrimmage on offense, and Leon Ladeau scampers up the right sideline. Touchdown, South Kitsap.
Leon Ladeau caught the ball at his own 40-yard line and was able to elude the cornerback and streaked down the sideline and was able to get in for a 44-yard touchdown score. Gordy Anderson with the pass play, and D-Rod, just like that, if Lincoln's going to allow that all night, it's going to be a very long night for the Abes.
Well, that's 2 passes out in the right flat, and one to Isaiah Davis for a first down at the 50, and one just now to Leon Ladeau for a 44-yard touchdown catch and run for touchdown. That the Lincoln Abes are going to have to solve that problem immediately, or it's going to be a short night.
Leon Ladeau, one of the primary targets for Gordy Anderson, along with Isaiah Davis, who just kicked the extra point. And in the first 1 minute and 13 seconds of the game, Gordy Anderson hooks up with Leon Ladeau for a 44-yard touchdown pass and reception. But it was a really nice job by Ladeau of eluding the tacklers and gaining the yards after the catch.
Well, trying to take on Leon Ladeau one-on-one in the open field is not a desirable task for anybody. And hopefully we'll be able to check out this the replay of that last touchdown catch and run from Leon from Gordy Anderson. You can see Gordy drop back. They see the open slot or the open in the flat, and boom, up the sideline. No one can catch Leon in the foot race.
A couple of missed tackles right there as well as the corner and one of the safeties came over, and both of them missed. And so nice job by Ledo to catch the ball out the flat and get into the end zone. So just like that, like we were talking about, the Wolves and their high-powered offense traditionally going with the running game, but Gordy Anderson having some good choices out there at wide receiver as Leon Ledo's younger brother, Aaron Ledo, kicks off, and it's going to be fielded at about the 28-yard line by Lincoln, and the up man gets the ball quickly. There wasn't a lot of tackling going on, and he just sort of spread out that running to the far side of the field. That was number 8, Quentin Brown, the junior for Lincoln, and D-Rod, a little miscommunication there, and Lincoln is going to have some good field position for their first offensive series.
Definitely not how the South Kitsap coaches drew that up on special teams, and not what the special teams unit had envisioned out there for the kickoff defense on the return there. A couple of guys just kind of hanging out there and not really going in for the tackle, staying home a little too much. And they get blocked off, and Lincoln picks up about an extra 20 yards that they normally shouldn't have on that return.
Bryce Dillard is in at quarterback. They're going to hand the ball off to number 4. That's Jordan Russell. And not much there off right guard. And they may have gained a couple on the play. Maybe one. We're going to call it 1 yard on the gain. Well, we're going to call it 2 here. Oh, no, we're going to call it 1. We're just waiting for them to set the down marker, and they do. And it's going to be 2nd and 9 for Lincoln.
Well, if you're going to run the ball against South Kitsap, you're going to have to diversify it up a little bit because South Kitsap is used to that run. They defend it really well. They see it a lot in practice, and Lincoln might want to consider mixing that up a little bit on offense.
They're going to hand the ball, fake the handoff to the right, and it goes straight up the middle, getting close to the first down. Nice play by Lincoln, straight up the gut there. Good blocking up front by that big offensive line, kind of catching the Wolves off guard just a little bit there, and they're going to get a bulk of it back, but it's still going to be 3rd down, so a big key 3rd down play here for the Wolves on defense.
A little misdirection play there, some men in motion, caught South Kitsap off guard. Like I was saying, diversifying that play calling up, draw up the middle, and close to a first down. We'll see what Lincoln can do here on 3rd and short.
So Lincoln has a couple of men in the backfield. Dillard under center. They're going to send a man in motion. They're going to hand the ball straight up the middle. Looks like that was Jordan Russell one more time on the carry, and I think that they're going to have a first down, and they do. So Lincoln doing a nice job of running the ball here. They're getting inside Wolf territory. They're going to mark that at the South Kitsap 38-yard line.
Well, Lincoln doing a nice job coming out here with a nice return on the kickoff after going down quickly 7-0 and not showing any signs of weakness here as they're currently marching on the Wolves here on offense.
Dillard under center. It looked like there was a little movement up front. There goes, and they're going to run the reverse, and they're going to stop it before they even get going. Looked like it was the right guard. Little movement, and boy, it's a good thing for the Wolves that they did, because the Abes were running that reverse, and they had a little bit of running on that left side right there.
It looked like Leon Ledo was stuck out on an island by himself. Who knows if he could have made an open field tackle there on his own, but looked like they had the play pretty well run, and luckily for the Wolves, offsides or movement, illegal movement on the offensive line for the Abes, and negates that play.
Lincoln with a little trickery here, trying to come out. They send Anthony Davis to the far side of the field. 2 men in the backfield once again. Dylan under. They're going to pitch the ball out to the up back, and they try to get to the outside, but a bunch of Wolves are right there to stop them. That was Gino Horsley, and Horsley tries to bounce out to the outside, gets nowhere, may have gotten a couple on the play, but it's going to be 2nd and long here for the Wolves, or for the Abes, and South Kitsap looking to stop here. They get the ball, Lincoln does, they're going to mark that down at the South Kitsap 41-yard line, as more substitutions come in and out of the game now for Lincoln, as they are with a little bit of a hurry-up offense.
Their offensive line gets sprints up to the line.
Yes, they do, trying to catch the defense off guard. They're going to hand the ball straight up the middle, fake the handoff to the outside, but he is piled up right in the middle. and may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and long. So Lincoln doing a lot of running here tonight.
Well, men in motion in the backfield, misdirection type of offensive play calling here. If they run those guys out to the left or the right, it looks like they've got isolation one-on-one with the quarterback or the tailback, running reverses, things like that. If Lincoln chooses that option, it looks like they might have an advantage out in the flats.
So Lincoln needs 10 yards for the first down. They're going to send a man in motion. They're going to fake, and then they're going to have a counter coming back. Snuffed out, not getting anywhere. Nice defense there. The intended ball carrier was Marquise Henry, the senior for Lincoln, but they tried to fake the pitch to the outside, and Henry was coming back on the counter, but a good stop there on defense by the Wolves.
Good communication on defense there from South Kitsap. Guys know expecting that counter and really sniffed it out early, and no gain on the play. Lincoln will punt.
And Lincoln is going to spread it out here. That's Jordan Russell, a little high snap, but a little end-over-end kick, and it's going to go sailing over the head of the intended receiver. That was number 30 for the Wolves. Let's see who is back there to receive that. We've got a couple of different rosters here tonight, so we're going to try and make sure we be as accurate as possible. But
I don't have a number 30 there.
I don't have a number 30 here either, so we have a mystery.
We've got
a mystery player again.
When we played the South Kitsap played Shelton a few weeks ago, and there was a guy on their roster who only was a number. So this week we've got a number 30 for South Kitsap, unfortunately, and I really wish we knew who that young man was. Well, we'll research that up here in our research department.
So the Wolves are going to come out on their second series here of offense here in the first quarter, leading Lincoln 7-0. They're going to hand the ball straight up to Robert Issa. He's got a little bit of blocking up front. Nice job by Issa. Big hole off the left-hand side. Gets past the 30, mark it down at the 34-yard line. Robert Issa, the leading runner, the leading ground gainer for the Wolves, and he gets a gain of about 14 yards on the play to the Lincoln 34.
Nice play out of the punt for the Wolves from the 20-yard line, straight up the gut. The senior Issa, also on the homecoming court this evening, for a first down for the Wolves.
Nice job by the Wolves here. They send two wide receivers to the near side of the field. They're going to hand the ball up to Issa. He's got a big hole on the left-hand side. Issa gets back to 50. He's going to the 40. He's down at the 30. Tries to cut back up to the middle, and he gets all the way down to the Lincoln 36-yard line.
Robert Issa picking up yards and really just eating up his Lincoln defense on the last two plays on his own. Well, with a little help from his friends on the offensive line, and the receivers doing a good job of stock blocking out there in the upfield. Issa picks up another first down, 2 consecutive first downs on consecutive plays for the Wolves.
Couple of big running plays here by Robert Issa, and the Wolves are now in Lincoln territory, mark it at the Lincoln 36-yard line. And so the Wolves are coming out with the slot formation. Anderson looks left. Oh, and he had a man wide open. That was number 11, Mike Alonzo.
Mike Alonzo only able to get his left paw up for that pass. The pass pretty quick there coming out of the pocket for Gordy Anderson as he was getting rushed pretty good there by the defensive line of the Lincoln Abes. Gordy not able to add any finesse to that ball, only zip, and Mike Alonzo unable to haul it in.
And those are the kinds of pass plays that your wide receivers need to make a play on here. But the pass was incomplete, and it's going to be second down for the Wolves at the Lincoln 36-yard line. Mike Alonzo split again to the far side of the field. Leon Ladeau and Isaiah Davis split in the near side of the field. One lone setback. They're going to hand the ball off to Issa. Oh, and he just kind of slips up a little bit near the 35, able to get forward for a couple more. And he's going to give him about 2, and it's going to be third. And Issa he had some room to run there, but a little bit slippery conditions down on the field as it was raining earlier. It's it's clear skies right now, but there was some rain in the forecast.
We got lucky for game time as the rain let up over the last couple hours. Earlier today here in Port Orchard, it was raining and windy all day. There is a couple muddy spots on the field, but overall the field looks okay, and the rain has stopped.
Issa, the lone setback. Anderson drops straight back, looking left now, and he's got a man. He's going for Mike Alonzo, and he throws the ball up, and the pass is intercepted. The pass is intercepted by Lincoln. It will be a touchback. Great defense there on Lincoln. That looks like number 6 for the Lincoln Abes. Looked like he came down with the reception. and we don't have a number 6 here either. And if it was number 8, it was Quentin Brown. So we're missing. We're seeing the plays, but we're missing the numbers.
Hey, that was a nice interception. I thought that Mike Alonso was going to have a touchdown there, but a great job from the Lincoln defense in the secondary to pick that ball off in the end zone for a touchback. It'll give Lincoln the ball at the 20, going from our right to left as the offensive line once again sprints up, led by their center, to the line for the Abes.
Bryce Dillard under center once again, one lone setback. They got to send a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. No, they do hand it off. That was to Jordan Monroe or to Jordan Russell. And Russell gets the ball. He's going to get maybe 2 yards on the play. No, we'll call it 3, and it's going to be 2nd and 7 for Lincoln. So Lincoln sticking with the ground game here early on, D-Rod.
Lincoln figures that they will try to establish that run game. Teams that run almost exclusively early in the game are trying to establish that run game. I'm not sure about the arm of the quarterback for the Lincoln Abes, but it seems to me that they're trying to get that ground game going. That way they can open it up later for some passes.
Well, we haven't seen one pass play yet by Lincoln here, but don't rule it out. As Lincoln comes out, they're going to pitch the ball out to the left-hand side, and they're going to get quite a big view on this play. Nice tackle there by Leon Ladeau as he came up. The ball carrier on that one was Jordan Russell, once again one of the primary ball handlers for the Abes, but he gets close to the first down, a little bit short, and we're going to call it 3rd down and 2 for Lincoln.
Lincoln very active here on the offensive side of things. Defense gave up a couple plays here and there in the first series, couple series for the Wolves. Offensively, those guys are snapping to it. They're getting up to the line quickly. The plays are getting in, and they're up. Their center, number 68 for the Abes. That is Michael Anderson. He's a 6 foot, 290-pound junior.
Dillard with the keeper. He just goes straight up, right up the middle, and they're gonna get a big gain on that play. A gain of about 7 yards. They're gonna get down to the South Kitsap, near the South Kitsap 35-yard line. So nice job by Lincoln getting the first down here instead of getting pinned back and having to punt the ball away.
Lincoln doing a very nice job, and like I said, Michael Anderson, their center, is doing a great job of leading this offensive unit and creating holes up there like on that last play for a first down for the Abes.
Lincoln with the balanced running attack here. They're going to send a man in motion. Dillard's going to fake the handoff and the counter coming back up. Straight up the middle. Nice run there by number 32 for the Abes. That's Pinoy Pendleton, and he had a really nice gain, a gain of about 8 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 2 for Lincoln. And D-Rod, Lincoln doing a nice job running the ball here early on.
Absolutely. Timothy Ahi there in on the tackle. 6'3", 250-pound sophomore for the Wolves.
On the stop,
excuse me.
Michael Maynard.
I'm looking at the wrong program. Number 53, that's Nick Boss. My bad.
We've got wrong programs and wrong numbers, and we're just having a grand old time up here tonight as Lincoln is going to have a 2nd and 2 from the South Kitsap 42-yard line. Lincoln needs to get past there. They're going to fake the handoff, and Dillon's going to run to his right, being flushed out of the pocket. He decides to keep it. He's going to have the first down as he is going to be chased out of bounds. Nice job by Dillon. Just gets past the first down marker and mark that at the at the Lincoln 47-yard line, where Lincoln will have another first down near midfield.
Very good decision from the quarterback Dillon there on the rollout to the right side. A lot of quarterbacks there on the run don't get a chance to set their feet, toss up a duck, and it goes for incomplete. And meanwhile, they could have run for the first down. Good choice, like I said, picks up the first down by just keeping the ball and running with it.
And I think that they found the duck from that little tiny pond out there down by the 40-yard line, but we'll have to see if that gets bigger or not, if it stays dry or rains. They're going to do there. They go again with the reverse. They're going to hand the ball off on the reverse. Lincoln gets the ball outside past the 50. He gets, and he just slips, tries to cut up. Nice job there by number 3. That's Marquise Henry. And he tried to make a little juke and jive move there, but he slipped on the field. So D-Rod showing that even though it's not raining, it is a little slippery down there.
It looks so far that Lincoln's running game is being established as we speak. They're mixing it up. They're throwing some reverses at the Wolves. The Wolves, although I believe are prepared for this, are not seeing it early enough and are getting beat around the corners a little bit so far.
So Lincoln into South Kitsap territory near the 40-yard line. We're going to call it the 42. Dillard is going to fake the handoff. Oh, he does hand the ball up to the up back, straight up the middle, and they're just using good ball control. That was number 32.
Jordan Russell, the ball carrier.
That was, I guess that was Jordan Russell with the carry right there. But Lincoln coming out with several ball carriers with the running duties here, primarily to number 4, Jordan Russell, and to number 32, that's Pinoy Pendleton. And Lincoln coming at South Kitsap from all different angles.
Lincoln's strategy so far: keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock running, to keep the score close, and keep South Kitsap's offense off the field.
Bryce Dillard, a little miscommunication in the back, and we're seeing the officials' whistle blowing right here.
There's a timeout maybe on Lincoln.
And it does. It looks like that Lincoln is going to call their first timeout. So Lincoln is charged with their first timeout as South Kitsap still leads Lincoln 7-0 here at the homecoming game with 38 seconds left remaining here in the first half. And D-Rod, even though South Kitsap is on the board first, Lincoln's got to get something going here, and as good a job as they're doing running the ball, they've got to get that ball in the end zone for some points.
Well, they've had the ball quite a bit of the first quarter here. The Wolves have had it for maybe 2-3 minutes. The Abes, the rest, they don't have any points to show for it. Meanwhile, the Wolves have a touchdown point after to show for it. 7-0 South Kitsap. The Abes really showing some nice disciplined ball control here, running some clock off, keeping the game close. Like I said, trying to keep that South Kitsap offense off the field. Gordy Anderson and the offense are, just kind of chilling on the sideline, and I'm sure the Lincoln coaches are more than happy with that.
So Lincoln comes out from the timeout. The ball is at their own 39-yard line. They're going to send a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff up, and then they hand it to the end around, and that is coming around the corner there. Nice job by Marquise Henry. Once again, he was going around the other way. This time he gets the carry on the end around to the far side of the field. Gets close to the first down, but not quite, making it down to about we're going to call it the 33-yard line. So South Kitsap is looking to stop Lincoln here as time is running out. I don't even know if they're going to get the playoff here. I think Lincoln is going to try and get it here before the end of the first quarter.
Going to try to catch South Kitsap unawares here.
Dillard is actually trying to get it done, but they're not going to do it. So that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play as South Kitsap leads Lincoln 7-0 here at the homecoming game for South Kitsap, and we're trying to see what Lincoln's going to do here. Again, D-Rod, Lincoln doing a nice job of ball control, but they came up a little bit short on the points.
Oh, that's for Lincoln right now, they're against the number 9 team in the state, and considering Lincoln's record, which I believe you stated earlier is 2-5 overall, they're very happy to be in the game at the beginning of the second quarter. They look very well coached. The offense looks very disciplined. The defense showed a couple cracks there in the first possession, but they came up with a big interception there on the second possession for South Kitsap. And they're letting the Lincoln offense do their thing. Lincoln offense right now having their way a little bit with South Kitsap, and you don't see that very often. Lincoln looking very well coached and disciplined right now.
And despite South Kitsap not putting up too many points on the board this year, doing a relatively decent job, one of their strong points is their defense, not allowing their opponents to get into the end zone whatsoever very much this season. So you got to go with your strengths and improve on your weaknesses, and South Kitsap is really coming along this season, heading into the playoffs, and that's really what it's all about, D-Rod, is that you can have a great regular season, but then it really all starts to come together once the playoffs hit.
Yeah, regular season doesn't really matter much. Regular season top 10 rankings, state rankings, doesn't matter much. What matters what you do in the playoffs. The Wolves trying to sharpen their claws on the Lincoln Abes tonight. So far, the Lincoln Abes holding their own.
So Lincoln getting ready here as they are now going from our left to right. And Dylan is just going to keep the ball and go straight up the middle. A nice push up the middle there by the center. And he gets down to the South Kitsap 27-yard line. So the Lincoln Abes are getting close to that red zone area, and they will have a first down as we start the second quarter of play here.
I tell you, that center for Lincoln, the 6-foot, 290-pound junior, Michael Anderson, number 68, he's the machine that keeps this Lincoln offense going, and he's doing a great job tonight.
So Lincoln coming out of the huddle. They're going to have a first 10 at the South Kitsap 27-yard line. Neninger on defense now running to the opposite side. They're going to have the ball up to the up back, and he gets hit. stays on his feet, stays well balanced, but not until a bunch of other Wolves get right there and they take him down. And he's still able to get forward for a couple of yards. Jordan Russell with the carry, and we're going to call it 2 on the gain, and he's going to get down to South Kitsap 25-yard line as the officials. I didn't see a flag on the field.
They're talking about something.
And I'm wondering if they're talking about where they're going to spot the ball, but I did not see a flag on the field.
I think they're going to talk. I think they're talking about where they're going for pie and ice cream after the game.
That's what it sure looks like they're doing. And by the way that the lead official is nodding his head, I think that they're going for some chocolate and vanilla.
Looks like they are having an intense discussion. They don't want anybody around. I don't know what's going on down there, but it's pretty intense.
It is.
If I could just be a fly on the cap of one of those officials right now, I could tell you what's going on, but I'm not, and I can't.
I really wish I knew what was going on down there too, but anyways.
No flags. I don't.
No flags whatsoever.
One of the officials picked up the ball, and I think they're deciding on where to spot the ball. I think they spotted it too far forward, ahead of the first down marker, and now they're going to bump it back about 2 yards.
So
it's going to be second and 10.
It's going to be back at the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10, and I still don't think that they decided where they're going for pie and ice cream.
I wish I knew, because that sounds great.
Well, they'll probably talk about it a little bit more once they get into halftime, as Lincoln is going to come out here still at the South Kitsap 27-yard line with about 11 minutes left here in the first half. Still trailing 7-0. They're going to pitch the ball up to Russell. He is stopped on defense, stays on his feet, doesn't get tackled. He gets to the outside. He gets down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Lincoln!
Are you kidding me? What a scamper. Stopped, resurrected from the dead, comes back and scores a touchdown. That's Russell, number 4 for the Lincoln Abes, scampering up the left sideline for a touchdown. 6 points, Lincoln.
Nice run by Jordan Russell, a 27-yard touchdown run. They pitched the ball out to Russell to the left-hand side. He stutter-stepped, and there was a defensive lineman right there to look like he was going to take him down, but he had a good block from his left tackle, and Russell just kind of chopped his feet. I think some of the players thought that he was taken down, but he stayed on his feet, got to the outside, cut up at the 5, and got in for the touchdown.
I'll tell you, the Lincoln Abes blocking on all. Oh, that's going to be blocked.
And it is. It wasn't even close, as the Wolves were right in there. And they were able to.
As soon as I sing the praises of Lincoln's blocking, they let one slip past them and blocks the extra point. The game is not tied. It stays 7-6. Never mind about what I was saying about Lincoln's blocking.
Isaiah Davis came flying in from the left-hand side, blocking the extra point. Lincoln with the touchdown.
Hey,
the 27-yard run by Jordan Russell, but
I wouldn't want to try to block Isaiah Davis.
They missed the extra point, and as we see on the replay right there, Russell, he was almost untouched.
Boy,
and
that was a quick up the left sideline, very fast.
Very, very fast. So the South Kitsap Wolves giving up the touchdown here. Still ahead, though, of Lincoln with 10:54 remaining in the first half of play, 7-6. And I'll tell you, South Kitsap did a nice job on defense in the first series that Lincoln had, but that one was just a little bit too easy for Lincoln there.
Yeah, they controlled. They had the ball there for about, I would say, 6 to 8 minutes worth of the first and into the second quarter, and they just really commanded their they exerted their presence on South Kitsap's home field here in Port Orchard, and I'll tell you what, I don't think that the hometown fans here thought it would be a 7-6 game at the beginning of the second quarter.
Jordan Russell is also going to do the kicking for the Lincoln Abes, and he just scored on a 27-yard touchdown run, and will be kicking off to Isaiah Davis and Leon Ladeau, who are both standing back near their own 17-yard line. So it's going to be a squib right down the middle. It's going to be picked up by Ladeau, and he gets it around his 20-yard line. He kind of stutter steps. He's got an opening. There goes Leon Ladeau. He stutter steps.
Oh.
He's gone. He's gone. He's at the 30.
No way.
He's at the 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Leon Ladeau with the 80-yard kickoff return.
And the second touchdown of the night for Leon Ladeau as he finds a seam. He cleanly fielded the ball at the 20, picks it up, and scampers in for another 6 for South Kitsap. Lincoln's offense is going to be back on the field again.
So just like that, the South Kitsap Wolves get back on the scoreboard. Leon Ladeau with an 80-yard kickoff return after Lincoln scored on a 27-yard touchdown run. So a little bit of offense right here, D-Rod.
Wow. Unexpected. Leon finds a seam and exploits it, and boom, up the middle and up the right side for another Leon Ladeau touchdown here tonight. in Port Orchard. Wow.
And Mr. Do-It-All, Isaiah Davis, is coming out for the extra point here, connecting on his first one. And the South Kitsap Wolves are looking to take a 14-6 lead here. South Kitsap with a couple of quick touchdowns here, and it hits the crossbar, and it is no good. So just like that, South Kitsap misses their extra point, as it looked like Isaiah Davis just pulled it a bit to the left.
He blocked one on this end and doinked one on the other end.
He did. So South Kitsap still leads, though, 13-6 over Lincoln, and it looks like, D-Rod, that both sides are settling down, getting comfortable on offense, and looks like we could have a shootout here tonight if this keeps up the way they're both going on offense.
Well, I hope Gordy Anderson's got one of those blankets with sleeves on it that they're selling these days and sitting on the sideline, because he hasn't been snuggy, because he hasn't been in the game lately, and South Kitsap is still up 13-6.
So South Kitsap with a quick touchdown. Lincoln was trailing 7-0. Leon Ladeau with his second touchdown tonight. He had connected with Gordy Anderson and a 44-yard touchdown pass play.
As we take a look at the replay on that last touchdown, he fields it cleanly at the 19. Leon Ladeau scampers up the middle. Boom, boom, boom.
Nice blocking up front, gets to the outside, and Leon Ladeau was gone. Jordan Russell could not chase him down. And so the Wolves are back on the board and in the lead just like that, as Aaron Ladeau is getting ready to kick off, and they're going to go for a little squib. Kick off the right-hand side, and Lincoln, the up man, tried to field it and went down. He touched the ball, and it went sailing over his shoulder, but Lincoln was able to recover it, and they will have the ball at their own. Looks like the 30-yard line.
We'll see what South Kitsap's defense can do here if they attempt to try to solve this problem of the Lincoln running game. They have, I don't even know if they've thrown the ball at all tonight.
I have not seen one pass play.
It's been all running. It's all been misdirection,
running,
end arounds type of plays, and Lincoln's done a very good job. We'll see what South Kitsap can do if there's an answer or solution to the problem.
Lincoln has a well-balanced running attack here, doing a nice job as they're going to come out, but there comes the penalty flags right there near the 30-yard line, and I don't think this one's going to get off, and it is an illegal procedure call against Lincoln. They're going to scoot them back. Looked like there was a little confusion on offense by Lincoln. Looked like they had a late substitution coming into the game, but they're going to get set here now, and instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 15 from their own 25-yard line.
Well, Lincoln, little jumpy there, or as they don't have enough guys on the field, or illegal substitution, or whatever it may have been. They don't seem very intimidated by these penalties. They've picked up a couple penalties. They don't seem very intimidated. They just keep running the ball.
Well, Lincoln. Oh, and there's going to be another penalty flag right there, both the right tackle and the right guard. Another illegal procedure penalty play, so they're going to scoot them back another 5, and a couple of penalties right here to start Lincoln off after they had a really nice touchdown to get within 1 point after a missed extra point of South Kitsap, but Leon Ladeau with an 80-yard touchdown off the kickoff return. So Lincoln will not be able to just trade back and forth like that, D-Rod.
No. And these penalties, even though they've been surmountable so far, they can't keep piling up on themselves like this. Now it's a 1st and 20. That's never a good sign.
They're going to hand the ball off to the other up back coming straight up the middle. They fake the handoff to Jordan Russell. And we're looking to get a number here, and that is number 25 on the carry. That's Leon Jenkins for Lincoln, as they just have a plethora of running backs that are sharing the running duties here tonight.
Reminds me a little bit of South Kitsap teams of old, where there'd be 3 or 4 running backs sharing the duties. Lincoln doing a very good job of spreading around the rushing attack tonight, keeping South Kitsap on their heels. So far working okay, or actually very well, and so far this drive, they've stalled a little bit and trying to get back on track.
Jenkins and Russell are in the backfield. Dillon is going to fake, and he's going to roll out to his right. Oh, he wants to pass it back. He does escape the tackler, and he's being chased down from behind. Nice tackle by the defense. That looked like big number 66 for the Wolves. Nice defensive stop there.
Quarterback got caught in no man's land there for a second.
Charles Murray for the Wolves chased him down from behind. Dillard was looking to fake the handoff. Looked like he was going to maybe throw a little back pass, but he got flushed out of the pocket, ran forward, and number 66.
Good coverage by the South Kitsap Wolves there too, not allowing a pass over the top there for a cheap pickup on the pass play.
And it's 3rd and forever, and they just hand the ball straight up the middle. They're not going to try and fool around on this one. Jordan Russell is the ball carrier, but they only got a couple on the play. But Lincoln does the smart thing and try not get too cute. And it'll be 4th down, and they're going to have to kick the ball away to South Kitsap.
Well, that was a pretty big play. That was a pretty big series right there for the Lincoln Abes. It was 7-6. South Kitsap gets another quick touchdown on a kickoff return, and they did a good job of owning the time of possession there in the first quarter. They come out here 2 quick penalties against Lincoln, false start and an illegal substitution that brings it 1st and 20. That's kind of a game changer right there. They're going to have to kick it away and give the ball back to the Wolves, who have had no problem scoring on the Abes.
Van Slyke is now back for the Wolves along with Isaiah Davis, but there is another timeout, and I think that Lincoln just took their 2nd timeout here. So a couple of timeouts here in the first half of play, as South Kitsap is leading 13-6 with 8:37 remaining here in the first half of play.
Punting team calls a timeout before the punt. That sends a red flag of possible setting up for a fake or some sort of a trick play to try to pick up that 1st down. So I'm sure the Wolves are going to be awake and aware and alert and ready for that.
Well, that's the kind of thing that can happen when a team is just running the ball all night long. You have to be aware that they could possibly throw the ball, or they could try some more trickery. As we've seen tonight, they've run a couple of reverses, so I can only imagine that the South Kitsap coaching staff is telling them to be on their toes and look out for anything.
Well, I'm sure they'll be ready, and they won't be giving up anything cheap or easy here, as they are bringing out 4 wides on the field for Lincoln.
So DeAndre Van Slyke and Isaiah Davis both standing back near their own 45-yard line, 2 dangerous return men. Lincoln spreading their offense out on this punt formation. And the snap is bobbled, and it's almost blocked. It's going to be a very short kick up the middle, as, it almost hit a South Kitsap Wolf there on the back of the leg. They are very lucky. That was number 11, Mike Alonzo, who was running downfield trying to get a block, and he was unaware of where the ball was, and the ball almost bounced and hit him in the back.
Well, the ball is a very short, high punt. It might have been tipped a little bit. Mike Alonzo had no idea that the punt was going to be that short, and almost did hit him. Fortunately for the Wolves, it did not, and the Wolves will get a very good field position here at about the 45-yard line of the Lincoln Abes.
So South Kitsap comes out here having the ball already in Lincoln territory. The ball placed at the Lincoln 45. South Kitsap coming out in the I formation. They've got Chris Nenninger in at fullback. Robert Issa is the tailback. They're going to pitch the ball to Issa. He gets a nice block, cuts up front, and he's just taken down. Nice defensive stop there by the Abes. Issa had a little bit of running room, but the linebacker comes running in and tackles him from behind, but nonetheless, he still gains about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 for South Kitsap.
Nice defensive play there from the Lincoln Abes. Looks like both defenses have kind of stepped it up a little bit here. First quarter, not so great for either side this quarter. Both defenses for the South Kitsap Wolves and the Lincoln Abes have showed up a little bit more and showed some more intensity.
Davis and Ladeau are split to the right. Gordy Anderson looks to his right. He's got a man out in the flat. That's Isaiah Davis. Makes a nice catch. Oh, a nice move by Davis. Sidesteps, gets around. He's untouched. He's going to cut back up. Oh, he cut right back up into the man, and he's trying to get to the goal line. I don't see a signal. He's going to be stopped short at the 1.
Now that was a juking and jiving, dancing Isaiah Davis right there, showing off some serious moves.
Well, the homecoming dance is tomorrow night, so Isaiah's getting ready.
He was breaking some ankles, even maybe his own on that one, as he sidestepped and juked 2 Lincoln defenders up the right sideline to pick up an extra 20-25 yards on that play, and up to about the 1-yard line.
And it was a nice catch by Isaiah in the flat, and again, it's the yards after the catch, and this time he gets down to the 1-yard line. Well, we'll see where they're going to spot it. Looks like it will be at about the 1-yard line.
It was awful close.
So South Kitsap looking to get in, and they're going to hand the ball off to the up back. I think that is Robert Issa, and he gets in for the touchdown. Touchdown South Kitsap with 7:27 left here in the first half of play, and more points on the board for the Wolves.
Well, South Kitsap brings it to you in many different ways. Issa there, or Nenninger could have punched it in. Isaiah Davis with a nice play there. Leon Ladeau with 2 touchdowns. Just a lot of offensive weapons this year for the Wolves as the cannon, the NJROTC cannon goes off, signifying another score here at South Kitsap for the Wolves. And number 17 will attempt to kick this in for the Wolves.
That's Aaron Ladeau, who's coming in, sharing the kicking duties as well. And the kick is up, and it is good. And so South Kitsap now leads Lincoln 19-6 here with 7:27 remaining in the first half of play. As
it is now 20-6.
Which is now 20-6. Thank you very much. As South Kitsap would really like to get that ball back maybe at least one more time before half too, D-Rod.
Yeah, I think so. I think that thus far it's been a pretty close game, closer than the SK coaches would like. And going for that squib kick there on the last kickoff kind of signified that they weren't very comfortable with the small lead that they had and the way that the Lincoln offense was running up and down the field. So therefore, we're going to really try to put the Abes away. The Abes showing a lot of fight here, showing a lot of heart. Their offensive line doing a great job blocking, doing a great job upfield, providing that last score for the Abes, their only score. Right now we've got 7:27 left in the second quarter as we approach the South Kitsap High School homecoming festivities for our halftime show. As South Kitsap looks to kick off, Aaron Ladeau will be kicking off to the Abes. Who's in the backfield there, DB?
Jordan Russell and Marquise Henry are back to receive two dangerous return men for the Abes. As South Kitsap with a couple of touchdowns here. Leon Ladeau with a 44-yard touchdown pass reception from Gordy Anderson in the first quarter. And then after a Lincoln touchdown, a 27-yarder by Jordan Russell, Leon Ladeau ran it back 80 yards after the kickoff. The kick is up, and it hits the up man right at the 46-yard line. So Lincoln will have decent field position here to start with 7:25 left here. That only took about a second off the clock. And but D-Rod, Lincoln is going to have to do something here, as Robert Issa just scored on the third South Kitsap touchdown with a 1-yard touchdown run, and South Kitsap leads Lincoln 20-6.
Well, South Kitsap trying to get some more bounce on that squib kick there, but it ends up hitting one of the up men in the shin. Lincoln gets some decent field position at the 45-yard line, on their own 45-yard line.
South Kitsap coming out also in the backfield. Eddie Jones, number 9. He's going to send in motion. They're going to fake. They're going to give the ball to number 32 straight up the middle. That's Panoy Pendleton. And Pendleton with the carry. He doesn't get much. Maybe a couple on the play. It's going to be, we'll give him one. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for Lincoln.
Ricky Bloss there, number 52 for the Wolves, the 6'3 junior, picking up the tackle there.
And it's good to have Bloss back. He was out earlier in the season for about a 3-week stretch with a badly sprained ankle. We've also gotten back number 14, Greg Pickard, and we just got back Gordy Anderson as well. So D-Rod, they're winning, and they're even winning without some of their key players.
Well, that's a good sign. That means that they've got a deep squad, and when everybody's healthy, that means they've got a lot of...
They're going to pitch the ball up to Russell, and he's going to get to the outside, and Isaiah Davis is over there to take him out. But good thing Davis was coming, because Russell got the pitch on the far left side, gets all the way out to the it's in South Kitsap territory now. Mark it at the 37-yard line, so a big gain on the play. But it looks like there may have been a flag, and there is, and it's all coming back because it's a hold against Lincoln.
Well, the Lincoln Abes, even with that hold, is looking pretty proficient on offense so far tonight. Doing a good job, like I said before, keeping the Wolves on their heels. Unfortunately for the Abes, a hold on that play is going to put them back about 10 extra yards, unfortunately. As I was saying, the Wolves pretty deep this year, formidable foes, not only for the rest of this regular season, but as we go into the playoffs starting in November.
So instead of a 14-yard pickup, Lincoln is going to be driven back another 10 yards. They had a nice run there by Jordan Russell, but there was a hold on the play. Scoot Lincoln all the way back into their own territory once again. They're going to mark the ball about their own 40-yard line. Lincoln looking to get some points on the board here. South Kitsap somewhat controlling this first half, but Lincoln is hanging in tough there. They matched him with a touchdown earlier. Jordan Russell doing the primary ball carrying for the Abes, but South Kitsap, Leon Ladeau with a couple of touchdowns, one off a kickoff return, one on a pass reception, and Robert Issa gets in the end zone too. So D-Rod, the Wolves are getting it done at every angle.
Yeah, so far tonight, like I said before, offense, defense, special teams. Wolves so far doing a great job on all three ends.
And again, it's going to be a illegal procedure call against Lincoln. That right side, they were called with an illegal procedure call earlier. So Lincoln's going to have to get it kind of figured out here on the right side of that line.
They really do. They're really shooting themselves in the foot, if you'll excuse the cliche, because marching yourselves back on your penalties even before the ball is snapped, that's discouraging. It's demoralizing to the offense. It just means a bigger job for the offense. And with Lincoln not throwing the ball at all, you're getting these long yardage situations. You can only run the ball so much.
So Lincoln is going to have about a 2nd and 25 as Dillon's going to hand the ball off to the counter, and there he goes. He gets the up back, and there's only one man to beat, Isaiah Davis. He tries to cut him back. Nice tackle there on defense by the Wolves. It was a great counter run there. Well done by the Lincoln Abes. The ball carrier was Marquise Henry, and they had all the motion going one way. Henry got the ball on the counter, and he got about 25 and then some back on that running play.
Finally, the counter worked for Lincoln. They've tried to run it a few times. It hasn't worked. South Kitsap's D, I'm not sure if they were overcommitted or if they just were well blocked. I believe the blocking for the Lincoln Abes is starting to pay off a little bit here. And Lincoln's trying to make this thing a game with 5.5 left in the second quarter.
Lincoln gets down to the South Kitsap 30-yard line. They're going to have the ball straight up the middle to the up back. He bounces around that defensive line of South Kitsap, but not until he gets a couple on the play. Nice run by the Lincoln running backs going on here, but South Kitsap still doing a good job stopping them from getting into that end zone. A big play just a few moments ago by the Abes. He got about a 30-yard run right there, and Bo Otak was on the attack and was able to stop the runner on that big play, or he could have gotten into the end zone.
Ball on the 27.
South Kitsap caught unawares on that counter play. Big yardage for Lincoln. South Kitsap defense trying to stop him here on 2nd and 6.
Lincoln at the South Kitsap. They're going to pitch the ball to the wide man, and he gets a little bit of a block from the outside.
A little bit of a block?
Just a hair bit right there. That's number 32. That's Pinoy Pendleton.
You got some syrup because that was a pancake.
That was, and he was hit pretty thick right there too, and he was able to get forward to about the South Kitsap. They're going to mark it at the 22-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this Lincoln offensive line is very aggressive. They are up in the faces of the South Kitsap defensive line. One of the South Kitsap guys put on his back right there. Nice yardage pickup for the Abes as they've got a 3rd and short situation.
But a big 3rd down play here, D-Rod, but I can only imagine that Lincoln's going to be going for it, so this is probably a 2-down play here as Dillard is under center. They're going to fake the handoff, and they run the reverse. They run the counter one more time, and they sidestep their way to a 1st down. Nice run there by Marquise Henry one more time as he comes back on the counter, and that was the same play they ran just a little bit ago that got him 30 yards.
They're doing a good job of taking time off the clock, keeping South Kitsap offense off the field, and picking up big yards on offense through the running game. South Kitsap calls a timeout. They want to try to stop Lincoln here or keep them at least to a field goal, whatever the case may be, even if they score a touchdown and get the ball back, so they can try to put some more points on the board before half.
That is South Kitsap's first timeout of the first half. They have 2 remaining. Lincoln's called 2, so they only have 1 timeout remaining here with 3:49 remaining in the first half of play. Trailing South Kitsap 22-6. But Lincoln is on the move as they are in the red zone deep in South Kitsap territory, marking the ball at the South Kitsap 15-yard line. And D-Rod, Lincoln would love nothing more than to get into the end zone for some more points.
Absolutely, and guessing that they'd be able to put that extra point through and make it 20-13, thinking ahead a little bit. Puts them within 1 touchdown of the number 9 ranked team in the state, the South Kitsap Wolves, undefeated, coming in here tonight at Joe Knowles Field in Port Orchard, Washington. Lincoln, road team for South Kitsap homecoming game, would love to come in here and play the spoiler tonight.
South Kitsap, one of their strengths all season long has been their defense, and they're looking to try and stop the Abes here as Lincoln comes out of the timeout. South Kitsap just called their first timeout as they come out in their running formation once again. And Dillard, there's going to be another penalty flag here.
No. 3 penalty flags.
3 penalty flags here. A lot of laundry tonight, D-Rod.
There is some laundry on the deck.
As Lincoln is going to be called for about their 5th illegal procedure call on offense tonight, and D-Rod, that could play a huge factor in tonight's game.
Here's what I think. I think that Lincoln had a more traditional offense earlier on in the season. They changed things up a little bit, and this offensive formation that they're running, this misdirection, end-around type stuff, is newer to them. So their offensive line isn't really used to the new setup yet. So they're just kind of getting it down. It seems to be working very well for them so far.
So Lincoln will have a first and 15 from the South Kitsap 20-yard line. Dillard, he bumbles the ball, and he just falls on it. He took the snap, and he was running back and then tried to turn to his right. And in the process of turning, he dropped the ball, but was able to recover it, but not until he has another 6-yard loss. And it's going to be second and forever for Lincoln at the South Kitsap 26-yard line.
I think South Kitsap's going to call another timeout here. No, they have 2 timeouts left with the clock ticking at 3:24 here in the second quarter. Lincoln looking at a third and very long. Even if they don't make it here, I imagine they're going to go for it, as South Kitsap is backed up pretty far into their end zone.
Well, Lincoln did it once before, but they've done a nice job of getting the ball down the field. But once they get into that red zone, they kind of lose a little momentum, as Dillard is going to fake the handoff, roll to his right. He's going to look to throw back to the man. He's got a man down the middle, and he has him just almost, and the pass is incomplete. It looked like he caught the ball for just a moment. The intended receiver was number 9 for Lincoln. That's Eddie Jones. But Jones was unable to hang on to it. He was down near his own 1-yard line. The pass is incomplete, and it's going to be third and long for Lincoln. And I'll tell you, that was a dangerous one right there, D-Rod.
That was a dangerous one. I think the ground knocked that pass out of the receiver's hands. It is third down. I was mistaken on that last down. I thought it was third down. It's third down now. Lincoln going to the air in a rare throw for the Abes tonight. I believe it's their first pass attempt of the evening. Surprising, as the Abes look here to pick up a big third and long situation. They need to get up to the 60-yard line.
Lincoln at the 26, they're going to hand the ball straight up the middle, but they're not going anywhere. Stopped by a big pack of Wolves. They're going to give their forward progress, which is still a yard loss. And in fact, it's a 2-yard loss. They're going to scoot it back to the 28-yard line. So good defense there. Good defense by that defensive line up front for the Wolves.
This is 4-down territory for the Abes here. And at the end of the first half, there's no reason they shouldn't go for it. If they don't get it, they give the ball back to the Wolves. And the Wolves have a long way to go to pay dirt. The Abes, barring something strange, are going to go for it here. They're out of field goal range.
As the whistles stop, and I believe that's going to be a timeout here, and Lincoln is going to call their third and final timeout of the half. So Lincoln was driving. They got into South Kitsap territory all the way down to the 15-yard line, but I'll tell you, South Kitsap's defense did a nice job, even though they gave up a couple of big runs on defense, but they were able to stop them, and they were able to push them back. So South Kitsap just needs to make sure that they stop the line of Lincoln from pushing them all the way back. But and they did right there, because like we said, D-Rod, they were trying to get into the red zone, and then South Kitsap pushed them out into the green zone.
Well, they're out. They are out of the red zone. They're in the green zone now, and I like that. That's nice. That's cute.
Actually, that's the mud zone, but we haven't seen a whole lot of mud because it stopped raining earlier.
It was really coming down in sheets earlier. I'm really glad it stopped raining to make this a little bit more of an enjoyable homecoming experience for fans and players, but mostly fans. The players will play in anything. And
the little pond out there by the 40-yard line, there doesn't have a whole lot of ducks there anymore.
That's Lake Bowden.
That's right, as a lot of the ducks, they have flown away. But South Kitsap and Lincoln coming out of the timeout here. So Lincoln trying to do some damage.
Fourth down.
They need to get down to the South Kitsap 5-yard line for the first down. Lincoln coming out of the timeout, and there's a little movement. They're going to run the little reverse. They're going to fake the reverse. They're going to keep it and hand it off. Jordan Russell. Nice job. Oh, what a big block. Russell sidesteps a couple of tacklers. More laundry comes flying in. But I don't think that this play is ever going to be considered legal, because it looked like a bunch of flags went flying before, right at the handoff.
I didn't think that play was ever going to end. He faked the handoff on the reverse and kept it, went up the left sideline, and South Kitsap had it sniffed out pretty well. There was some holding going on that I saw that wasn't called. Then a flag came in. There could have been a late hit there at the end. I don't even know.
It was a nice fake by Russell, but he just stood there, and the penalty is declined because it was a holding on Lincoln. And there should be, because of the loss right there and the penalty against Lincoln, South Kitsap should take over on down. So Lincoln once again gets snuffed out on offense, unable to get the ball into the end zone, especially getting all the way down to the South Kitsap 15-yard line where they had a 1st and 10.
I'm guessing the Wolves are going to go for some pass attempts here. They'll pick up some yards, but they're going to run the ball as well. I doubt we're going to see too much trickery as they've got a 20-6 lead, but who knows? As the Wolves have opened up the playbook a little bit here this season, who knows what we'll see here.
Well, South Kitsap has 2 timeouts left as they will have the ball at their own 30-yard line. Lincoln has no timeout, so they can't stop the clock. They're going to hand the ball off. Oh, what a big hit. That was Michael Niner, and he just bounced right off, kept going on his feet. Gets all the way down to the 35. Looked like he was stopped about 3 yards behind the original line of scrimmage, but he kept the feet going, and nice job by Niner to gain about 6 on the play.
Yeah, he was stopped behind the line and continues turning those legs as the clock takes 150. South Kitsap gets up to the line. Gordy Anderson back, throws out to the right flat. Leon Ledoux with the catch, and he eludes one tackler, but can't elude the rest of the Lincoln Abes defense as he's tackled, but not before he picks up a 1st down for the Wolves, stops the clock with 1:41 to go in the second quarter.
South Kitsap will have the ball at their own 41-yard line. They don't have to call timeout because the ball stops when they get a 1st down in high school rules, as they're looking to get that ball, but they're going to quickly get up to that line of scrimmage, having a couple of them play. They've already got the play set as South Kitsap coming up here, 41-yard line. They're looking to possibly, we have about 1:30 left. Anderson's going to fake. He's going to look down, and he's got a man out in the middle. Isaiah Davis with a nice catch at the 45. He sidesteps the tackler. It's going to be another 1st down. They're going to mark it at the Lincoln 44-yard line. What a nice catch by Isaiah Davis.
Nicely thrown ball from Gordy Anderson. He might be a little bit cold coming off that sideline because he hasn't been in much tonight, but boy, he looked very accurate on that play, and Isaiah Davis pops his head up and boom, makes a nice catch, picks up the 1st down for the Wolves.
South Kitsap on the drive with 1:15 left here in the first half of play. Anderson under center. The Wolves looking to do something. They're going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll to his right. He's got a man out the flat. He sidesteps the tackler. He's grabbed by his jersey. He tries to throw the ball away. And at first I wasn't sure. It might have looked like it was going to be intentional grounding, but we didn't see a flag come flying in from the referee.
And Coach Segerson sure didn't like how that play ended up as he shows a little bit of disappointment there on the Wolves sideline.
Anderson is a little lucky. I didn't exactly see a receiver in the vicinity, but there is no intentional grounding on the play, which would also be a loss of down. But the pass was incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down for the Wolves at their own 44-yard line. So Leon Ledoux splits to the far side of the field. Isaiah Davis is on the near side. Robert Issa is at tailback. Gordy Anderson, a little 3-step drop, pump fakes, and he's going for Leon Ledoux, and the pass is overthrown just by about a fingertip, and there was double coverage on the play right there for Ledoux. The pass is incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd and long for South Kitsap.
Well, South Kitsap going for a bit of a home run ball there over the middle to Ledoux, who had his man slightly beat and unable to haul that pass in. It'll be, I believe, 3rd down for the Wolves.
South Kitsap.
3rd down and 10 for the Wolves as they were hoping to keep the clock running a little bit, hoping to get some big plays here to try to get the ball in the end zone.
Anderson, they're going to hand the ball off the counter to Robert Issa. He gets over to the 40, down near the 30. He stays on his feet. They're going to stop the clock. Good job by Issa. Gets down to the 25-yard line. Call it the 26. South Kitsap with the hurry-up offense. They want to get up to that line before they start that clock once again. Although I think South Kitsap is going to call a timeout. They do have timeouts, 2 timeouts, and they're going to burn one of their timeouts. They have 1 remaining here. So with 49 seconds left here in the first half of play, South Kitsap still leading Lincoln 20-6 as they have the ball at the Lincoln 26-yard line. And D-Rod, do you think this will be a pass or a run?
I think it's going to be both. I think they're going to pass it, and then they're going to run it. Lincoln tonight has shown a lot of misdirection counter type stuff, and I think that South Kitsap's going to throw a little bit of that action at Lincoln. Lincoln does probably see a lot in practice because that's the offense they're running right now, so I think they'll be ready for it. But I look to see a little bit of chicanery here on the side of the Lincoln Abes,
and a little bit
the South Kitsap Wolves,
and a little bit different for Lincoln too because they're so used to playing on artificial turf. But here we have natural grass with the lake, the small lake right in the middle of the field, and lots of mud surrounding it as well. As they're going to come out of the timeout. Now Isaiah Davis and Leon Ledoux are split to the far side. Isaiah Davis is in the slot. Robert Eason's the tailback. They're going to pitch the ball to, oh no, they're going to fake it to Isaiah Davis coming around. He spins around and he's just pushed backwards. Nice hit there on defense by Lincoln, and Davis gets to the 25.
Who called the end around on that one? It was D-Rod, and the Wolves get sniffed out by Marquise Henry, the 5'7", 156-pound senior, really up there nice for a nice tackle as Isaiah Davis tried to spin out of trouble.
Anderson looks for Leon Ledoux. He's got him right down the middle. Oh, and the pass is incomplete.
Nice.
We're going to see there. Looked like that they did call it a complete pass. I didn't see any indication, no, and there comes the side judge in from the near side, and he is coming in saying that the pass is incomplete, but for a second there, it sure looked like that he caught the ball and had two steps down, but they are calling it an incomplete pass.
He bopped it out of there. It was a nice defensive play from the Abes. Nice defense, poked it out. No complete pass on that play as I see some golf carts lining up on the track for tonight's halftime festivities.
Well, we do have the homecoming court that will be introduced here tonight. We have a special halftime for you here on SKTV being broadcast to you live here on Channel 205 on Wave Broadband. As South Kitsap, they're going to have two wide receivers. Austin Cook goes in motion to the right, big tight end.
19 seconds left in the quarter.
Gordy Anderson under center reading the defense. They're going to hand the ball off to Michael Niner on the reverse, or on the counter up the middle. He stays on his feet. Michael Niner's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, South Kitsap. Michael Niner with the 25-yard touchdown run. Nice run by Niner to stay on his feet.
I'm hearing some extra whistles coming out there on the field. Might be an injured Lincoln Abe who's slow to get up. That is, I believe, Marquise Henry.
Michael Niner with the 25-yard touchdown run right before half. 10 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. He got the ball on the counter coming back, but he was hit by about 5 or 6 Lincoln players. Bounced off of every single one of them, spun around, was able to keep his balance and get into the end zone for a touchdown. Nice touchdown run by Michael Niner.
That was an incredible play from Niner there as he managed to stay on his feet. I thought he was down 2 or 3 different times, and he stays up and he gets into the end zone. 6 points, South Kitsap, 26-6 with the extra point coming up from Ledoux.
A little bit of a high snap, but the kick is up and it is good. Aaron Ledoux with the extra point, it is good. And South Kitsap now leads 27-6 over the Lincoln Abes here at their homecoming game. And I'll tell you, D-Rod, 27 points is a good number of points to have up on the board right before halftime.
Well, nice blocking on the part of the South Kitsap Wolves offensive line there and in the secondary as Michael Niner was able to be free enough that he was able to bounce off a couple of tacklers, and when he did bounce off, there was nobody else there, and he scampers into the end zone. The Wolves enjoying a nice, comfortable 27-6 lead.
And with such a big lead, I don't think that Lincoln is going to try and get cute, although they might try and run either a reverse or maybe fake a reverse to try and catch the Wolves off guard a little bit here. But D-Rod, with about 10 seconds left here in the first half, I can't see Lincoln trying to get too cute before halftime.
Oh, I think Lincoln's going to... my guess is Lincoln's going to do the traditional, get the kickoff return, and take a knee to go into halftime.
Or do you think that maybe we could come out here and see the South Kitsap Wolves possibly run an offside or try and get catch off guard the Lincoln front 5 up there and run an onside kick, maybe recover the ball with just a few seconds left?
I think they're going to run it and they're going to kick it.
I think they're going to kick it and then they're going to catch it and then they're going to run it.
Don't forget throw. The Wolves, I believe, are just going to kick off here, and the Abes will take a knee on their first play.
Aaron Ledoux is going to have a little squib kick right down the middle. It's going to be fielded. And then there they go. They go with the reverse. They're going to hand the ball off. Gets to the outside and a big block on Isaiah Davis. He's got some blockers ahead of him. He's going to get forward, but not until he runs out of... there's 0.9 seconds left remaining. Boy, Isaiah Davis was hit hard on a nice block, and he had a couple of blockers in front of him.
Lincoln will go for a shot here at the end zone, the last play of the first half.
They're going to run the old Hail Mary possibly, maybe line up 3 wide receivers on one side of the field and throw it up here, but we'll see what happens. 0.9 seconds remaining. South Kitsap leading 27-6 here at their homecoming game as Lincoln is going to come out quickly. They're going to send...
they're ready.
2 wide receivers. They're trying to catch South Kitsap off guard as a few late substitutions are coming in here. Dillard is going to look to his right. He's going to throw it up. A penalty flag comes flying out. They're going to throw it, and the ball is catched by Eddie Jones. He catches the ball down at his own 20, or at the South Kitsap 23-yard line, but there is a penalty flag here on the near side of the field. We'll have to check the penalty and see what it is. You cannot end a half or a game on a defensive penalty. If that is the case, if it's on South Kitsap, they will get Lincoln will get another play. So we'll have to see what they do. But if it is against South Kitsap, Lincoln is going to have to make sure they get up to the line of scrimmage quickly, because once they get the ball set, they're going to start running the clock. So Lincoln needs to make sure that they have a play call to get ready to run it.
I don't know how you start running the clock with 0 seconds on the clock, though.
That's going to be a fast hike, so they better hurry up and get out there.
I'm a little confused about all this. I don't know what's all going to happen.
I'm not really sure what's going on here either. They haven't
pie and ice cream.
Pie and ice cream. There's some more pie and ice cream down there. It is halftime, or getting close to halftime.
Well, it looks like it's halftime, but it's not just yet. So the referees, they confer, they come out of their huddle, and we're going to get a call. It's on the Wolves, so the Lincoln Abes will get another shot here.
It is.
I'm not sure how much time they're going to put on the clock.
I think that South Kitsap either didn't have enough players on the field or they had too many.
Oh, boy.
And so Lincoln is going to have a shot here. They're going to add a 10-yard penalty as Lincoln is going to have the ball all the way down. And a first down all the way down at the South Kitsap 12-yard line. So all Lincoln needs is 12 yards to get into the end zone right before half.
What was the call? I don't know what the call was. The referee, the official touching his shoulders like a 20-second timeout in basketball, and I'm not sure what that call was.
It sounded like an illegal substitution right there, so whatever it was a big penalty against South Kitsap.
Wow.
Lincoln gets one more shot here. This will be the last play of the half. Dillard is going to fake. Oh, and he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to be taken down. Nice defensive stop there by number 53 for the Wolves.
Nice defensive end of the half.
That's big Nick Boss there, and so Lincoln with a golden opportunity to score some points, and they failed to do so. South Kitsap leading Lincoln here at their homecoming game 27-6 as we go into halftime here. So what we'd like to do is to introduce to you Molly Sands, who will be handling the halftime festivities. And now here is the South Kitsap video student, Molly Sands, with the halftime show. Take it away, Molly.
Thank you, Mr. Baden. We had a very eventful week here at South with homecoming coronation last week and then the Spirit Week this week. This week we had a few new Spirit Days such as Stoplight Day and Dig Pink Day, which was very successful and raised a ton of money for breast cancer research. You know, it seems that our school has had an enormous sense of pride this year because everywhere I went in the school, so many people had dressed up for the Spirit Days. I think it could be all this excitement for the big dance, which is tomorrow, the theme being the creative A Moment in Times Square. I'm about as pumped for this dance as anyone else, and I can't wait for it to be 8 o'clock. But more of that later. Tonight, we have the privilege to be watching the South Kitsap Band. They're going to play a famous song by Bon Jovi, You Give Love a Bad Name. The band is directed by Mr. Gary Grams. He's been with our band for about 8 years and always managed to extract the best from them. Over the years, they've attended several competitions each year and walked away with great success stories. This year, our band is traveling to Pasadena, California to play and march in the Rose Bowl Parade. Mr. Grams expects that their part in the Rose Bowl Parade will be nothing short of amazing. And from what I've heard in past games, I'm going to have to agree with Mr. Grams that our band will do a fantastic job. They're lining up right now, and they're getting into formation. And so let's go down the field and watch them.
South Kitsap High School Marching Band under the direction of Gary Grams. The marching band show tonight is under the direction of Senior Drum Major Paula Santos, Junior Drum Major James Damian, and Senior Field Marshal Simone Schaefer. They'll be performing 3 song selections from the rock band Bon Jovi, which includes the hit songs You Give Love a Bad Name, Wanted Dead or Alive, featuring senior trumpeter Andrew Kroc, and Living on a Prayer. Drum majors would like to thank the band, section leaders, parents, and the South Kitsap School District for dedication and hard work in supporting the band. As we mentioned before, the band has been invited to participate in the Tournament of Roses Parade January 1st, 2010. 42 bands applied for 16 open spots, and your SK Marching Band was chosen to represent our school, community, and state. Way to go, Wolves. Hey, pick up those raffle tickets at the North Concession Stand. Ladies and gentlemen, our halftime show. Parade-bound South Kitsap Marching Band.
Again, that was our illustrious South Kitsap Marching Band playing a selection of songs from the infamous band Bon Jovi. Their theme for this year is Bon Jovi, and they plan to play those three songs that we just heard. Those were, again, Living on a Prayer, Wanted Dead or Alive, and You Give Love a Bad Name. If you see someone from our marching band, make sure you congratulate them on getting to the Rose Bowl parade and wish them good luck. We know that they'll do our school proud. Next in the agenda, we will be announcing your homecoming court. These couples were chosen by you, the student body, to be honored because of their excellent grades, participation in our school, and for being good citizens. We all look up to these students as good examples for our own high school career. We have some from all over different places here at South Kitsap. We have some from band, from sports, and from ASB. And they're all great students. We have them lining up soon.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce to you the 2009 Homecoming Court.
Okay, so in the first part, we have Antonisha Alexander. She is part of our varsity cheer squad and ASB. She's the varsity cheer captain, and she would like to become a pediatrician after high school. Her date is Wayne Anderson, and driving for him is Gordy Anderson because Wayne is part of our football team and so can't be on the field right now. Besides being in football, he is in ASB and on the baseball team. In the next cart is Jasmine Bolar. She is part of our varsity cheer squad, the DECA treasurer, and in the National Honor Society and part of varsity track and field. Her date is Taylor Lyman. He's part of our wrestling team, tennis team, and Young Life. He plans to attend WSU in major in architecture. Caressa Cruz is a valued member of our video team, and she is in the third cart. She is in varsity cheer, ASB. And Carissa's a senior class officer. She's also in Habitat for Humanity and Youth Court. With her is David Gibson. He is in ASB, NJROTC, and the SK lacrosse team. David was born in the Philippines and plans to have a career in the military as an officer, hopefully as a fighter pilot. Good luck, David.
She's involved in ASB, a senior class officer, serves with Habitat for Humanity, and on Youth Court. Her escort,
Sarah Eiler, is our ASB president and in Habitat for Humanity. She loves to plan and run school activities, and she would like to say hello to her grandmother. Earl Ains is driving with her as her date. He is in ASB, band, the SK dance crew, track and field, and Habitat for Humanity.
In the next car, Sarah Eiler. Her mother is Mrs. Becky Johnson. She's involved as ASB president and works with Habitat for Humanity. Her escort is Earl Annies. His parents are Romeld and Elmer Annies. His activities are
Brianne Hahn is our ASB secretary, a member of the acting ensemble, part of our video production, and is the assistant director for the fall production of Henry V, which is going to be a great show, so make sure you mark your calendars. With her is Kadir Perez. He is on the varsity track and field team and possibly the future swim team. At the moment, he debates whether he should go join the military or go to college. I hope you make your decision soon, Kadir. Good luck.
Video production and assistant director of the fall production, Henry V. Her escort is Kadir Perez. His mother, Flavia Sorrell.
Miranda Ness is on varsity soccer, the track team, does the football stats. She's in Spanish Club, Habitat for Humanity, Youth Court, Interact Club, and ASB. That's a lot of things. Robert Issa is her date, and unfortunately couldn't be on the field tonight because he's also on our football team. So driving for him is his father. Robert's favorite football team is the Green Bay Packers, and he admires Walter Payton because he's the best running back ever. His words, not mine.
Habitat for Humanity is on Youth Court, Interact Club, and ASB at large. Her escort is Robert Issa.
Molly Werder is in the next cart. She is on varsity basketball and track. Molly plans to study environmental engineering after high school. Good luck with that, Molly. Nick Boss is having his father drive for him as he is also part of our football team. But he's not just a member, he's the captain. He is also the DECA store manager, so say hello to him when you buy something.
Jeff and Julie Werder. Her activities are varsity basketball and track. Her escort is Nick Boss. Again, filling in for Nick is his father, Charles. Nick's parents are Charles and Sarah Boss. His activities are varsity football captain
And now
DECA store manager.
we move on to our honored couples. Paula Santos is our senior drum major of the SKHS marching band. She's in pep band, jazz band, concert band, and Builders of Unity. After high school, she wants to be a junior high teacher / coach.
And now our first honored couple.
Leon Ledoux is her date, but as he is on the football team, his father is taking his place temporarily. Leon is on the football, basketball, and track team, as well as being a big part of our video production team. After high school, he wants to pursue a career in communications and journalism. Christina Bodie is part of Young Life, our varsity soccer team, and in student leadership. Her favorite quote is, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams," said by Eleanor Roosevelt. Cole Nelson is driving her, and he is part of the wonderful theater program as well as being part of the dive team. He currently has over 350 hours logged in community service in various organizations. Way to support our community, Cole.
Our next honored couple, Paula Santos. Parents are Paul and Annabelle Santos.
And then finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. Here is the homecoming king and queen of 2009. The queen is Miss Erica Copeland. She participates in the cross-country team, basketball team, the track team, ASB, and youth court. She plans to become a math teacher, but is concerned that students won't like her because math is such a difficult subject. Well, I believe it's difficult not to like Erica. The king is Mr. Frederick Bell Jr. He participates in marching band, jazz band, concert band, tennis, track and field, and he is our ASB treasurer. He was once voted most likely to cheer up your day, which is ironic since Fred may someday become a school administrator.
Cross country, basketball, track, ASB, youth court, class of 2010, and an SK Super fan. Erica Copeland, and it's your homecoming king, Frederick Bell Jr. Parents are Tammy Scott and Frederick Bell Sr. Activities include marching band, jazz band, concert band, tennis, track and field, and ASB treasurer. Ladies and gentlemen, homecoming Queen Erica Copeland and King Frederick Bell Jr.
Again, that was your homecoming court that you all just saw parade by. Good job to all those nominated and all those who got honored. Now, let's get back to the game. Lincoln has taken the field, and a few of our South is coming on, so I'll hand you back to Mr. Bowden.
Wait, did you ever wonder how all this happened? How you can turn that knob and enjoy a dramatic show, watch the ball game, or hear and see news from anywhere in the world? Well, it's quite a story, the story of television.
The story of television.
One day through television, the entire world will stream into our living rooms with the velocity of light.
Guten Tag and hello to SKTV Laboratories. Our technicians are hard at work now to bring you the best television SK has to offer.
That's right. SKTV brings you WTV, live sporting events, and brings you up to date of all things SK.
Either that or selling a cell phone at a Radio Shack. Good job, boys.
Enjoy the show, folks. Remember, SKTV, Wave Digital Cable, Channel 205.
Vision and sound are on. The station goes on the air.
Here for everyone to view, conjured up in sound and sight by the magic rays of light that bring television to you.
Welcome back, everyone, and we are just about ready for the second half here. I'm Darren Bowden, and with me in the booth tonight is David Rodriguez. And D-Rod, we've had quite an exciting first half of football as South Kitsap leads Lincoln here at the homecoming game tonight, 27-6.
South Kitsap really doing a lot of good things. A couple of holes exposed and exploited by Lincoln there in the first half, especially on defense for the Wolves, but South Kitsap managing to clog those holes and solve those problems, opening up a 21-point lead here as we've had two missed extra points. South Kitsap with 4 touchdowns, 2 from Leon Ladeau, 1 from Michael Niner, and another from Robert Issa. The Lincoln Abes managing to score on a run up the left side, putting 6 points on the board and having the extra point blocked by Isaiah Davis. Aaron Ladeau, number 17, the sophomore for the Wolves, doing the majority of kicking, and it seems to have taken over the place kicking for the Wolves this evening. We'll also kick off for the Wolves here to start off the second half here at homecoming.
Well, we won't say that this will make or break Lincoln here in the second half, but they're going to have to get something done here, being able to get the ball here And they're going to fake. They're going to fake the handoff. They're going to run, keep it, run back out to the left side. Lincoln's been doing this all night with the and it gets tackled from behind. Boy, it sure looked like a face mask coming from way up here.
I was thinking the same thing, and I bet you the Lincoln coaches are barking in the ears of the officials because they can use any breaks they can muster at this point. They could use a call like that. Not called, and Lincoln will take over at the 39-yard line on their own 30-yard line, and they've got 61 yards to go. They've been doing a good job of marching up and down the field on the Wolves. The Wolves doing a good job of stopping them there at the end of the first half.
So Lincoln will have the ball at their own 38-yard line. Call it the 39-yard line. There's a little fumble on the play, and it was fumbled there by Bryce Dillard, the quarterback for Lincoln. He was able to still pick it up, and a near tragic fumble by Lincoln here to start the second half of play.
Well, Lincoln able to recover that ball, and like you said, DB, it would have been a bad news for Lincoln if they had given up that ball right there, right then, to start off the second half. Would have dashed any hopes of a comeback here. Lincoln down 21, but not out. And we'll see if they can muster up some offense here to put some more points on the board and keep South Kitsap off the board.
The ball's at the 38. They're going to hand the ball straight up the middle. No doing up there as that is Jordan Russell with the ball carry. That's not Jordan Russell, the ball carrier. It looked like it was. We couldn't tell it was. It was Jordan Russell with the carry, but he was able to get a couple yards back. Just past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and long for Lincoln here.
Number 24 for the Wolves, Ricky Johnson, in on the tackle, the 5'11" senior for the Wolves.
So Lincoln will have the ball at the South Kitsap 40-yard line. They need to get to they need 9 yards for the first down here. Lincoln trying to get going on offense, but a couple of offensive running plays here that haven't really done much. As Dillard is coming out, he's going to roll to his left, looking to pass the ball. He's got a man out in the flat. The ball is caught, but not for much. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. Good coverage there on defense by the Wolves.
Once again, Ricky Johnson on the play. First time up the middle, this time on the left flat for the Abes. And Ricky Johnson in the tackles.
There's no gain on the play, and Lincoln is going to have to kick the ball away. So a good job by South Kitsap and their defense holding the Lincoln Abes to 3 plays and out as Lincoln is going to kick the ball away. So far, South Kitsap is not sending back anybody, and now they are. They're going to go back. That's Van Slyke and Isaiah Davis back to receive the kick. Van Slyke is standing back near his own 20, we're going to call it the 30-yard line. They are going to kick the ball. It's an end-over-end towards Isaiah Davis. He's got the ball at the 32-yard line. He's got a little bit of room. He gets to the outside. He's got one man to beat. Tries to get him down. And he's taken down right from behind. Nice job there. But Isaiah Davis with about a 35-yard return. And he gets into Lincoln territory.
I have a piece of advice for any coach who might be scouting or watching the game or any of the South Kitsap games. That is, do not kick the ball to Isaiah Davis. He's one of the fastest players.
Just across the 40. Where it's first down.
Keep the ball out of his hands on a kickoff or punt at any cost.
It's about a 29-yard return as Isaiah Davis gets the ball to the Lincoln. We're going to call it the 39-yard line as the Wolves have the 1st and 10 already in good field position. We're going to hand the ball off to Robert Easley. He tries to get off left tackle, sidestep, stutters around until he's finally taken down.
Robert Easley, the ball carrier.
About 6. And he gets down to the Lincoln 33.
He's ahead for about 6 yards.
Nice little run play right here by Robert Issa. Issa doing the right.
Jackie Robinson leading the charge.
To me, Diablo there on the tackle, the 6 foot, 250-pound sophomore for Lincoln.
Robert Issa with a big 6-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 4 as South Kitsap with a big yardage right there. Lincoln down and out on 3 plays. They kick the ball away. Isaiah Davis with about a 30-yard return. 40 Anderson looks right, he throws left. Isaiah Davis spins around.
Isaiah Davis on the reception. He's across the 25 down to the 22 and a half. Here's a first down, Wolves.
First down for South Kitsap, and D-Rod, the Wolves are on the move.
Wolves once again marching, passing, running. Isaiah Davis actively involved here in the Wolves' pursuit of another score. And boy, he's kind of doing a lot of everything tonight, as you call him, Mr. Do-It-All.
Michael Lonzo now in the wide receiver with Leon the Bill split to the far side of the field as the slot man.
There's a whistle on the play.
Whistle on the play here. Looks like it could be a possible equipment check. To see what the officials say. We didn't see a flag, but I think it was, and now they have it spotted. They are at the 24-yard line. They hand the ball straight up the middle. That was to the up back. Looked like maybe Chris Nenninger there. He's usually in that slot. We'll have to wait and see where they have it here.
I think the Wolves are trying to take the opportunity to eat up some clock here. The beginning of the third quarter. They certainly don't want to give any sort of hope or comeback life to the Lincoln Abes. They want to eat some clock, put another score on the board, and put this game truly out of reach. We'll see if they can put the score on the board here in the third quarter. We've got 7:50 left to go in the quarter.
Actually, that last ball carrier was number 27, Jens Johnson, and he got a nice little carry there, and the Wolves get another first down. As there's a lot of movement up front. They're going to fake the handoff. Anderson rolls to his right. He's got a man out in the flat, and he does, and it is Otak with the catch. He tries to get to the outside, taken out. Nice job there by Otak to catch the ball from Gordy Anderson. He gets run out of bounds around we're going to see where they spotted. It's about the 6-yard line. Bo Otak with his first reception here tonight. Doing a good job on defense and now on offense. And it's going to be placed at the 5-yard line where the Wolves have a first and goal in Lincoln territory.
Wolves did a nice job there on offense, running the play. Good to see Greg Pickard back out on the field for the Wolves, being sick for several weeks, and really good to see him out there for the Wolves at tight end.
South Kitsap trying to do some damage here on their first offensive series in the second half of play. Anderson is going to give the handoff to Robert Issa. He's going to get right up into the end zone for the touchdown. Robert Issa, his second touchdown of the night, a 5-yard touchdown run, and South Kitsap is back on the board.
The Wolves taking a commanding 33-6 lead here as Robert Issa scampers into the end zone. As you see, number 14, Greg Pickard there, who we were just talking about, the tight end for the Wolves, back in action for South Kitsap. Issa doing a nice job getting into the end zone for the Wolves, 33-6 with the impending extra point off the foot of Aaron Ladeau.
That gives Robert Issa his second touchdown of the night, matching Leon Ladeau, who scored on an earlier in the first half, a 44-yard touchdown as the kick is blocked. Aaron Ladeau with the extra point, and it was tipped up into the air, and the extra point is no good. And South Kitsap now leads Lincoln 33-6 here with 7:04 remaining in the third quarter of play. And D-Rod, as we were saying, Issa has 2 touchdowns to match Leon Ladeau with 2 touchdowns, and the other solo touchdown coming from Michael Niner. So South Kitsap doing a nice job there, and South Kitsap is really taking it to Lincoln. Honest
Abe Lincoln only showing 6 points on the board here as the ferocious Wolves really showing their teeth and baring their claws here, shredding the Lincoln Abes so far this game. The Abes showing some good life there in the first half. We'll see what they can do here, but being down 33-6, a total of 27 points against the Wolves, 7:04 to go in the third quarter. Who knows how much life is left? I like what I've seen so far offensively from the Abes, even though they haven't scored on every offensive opportunity.
Exactly. Lincoln thought that they were going to come out here. They really wanted to get something done on their first offensive series, but 3 plays and they were out, and they had to kick the ball away. And South Kitsap drove down the field, and especially a big pass play from Gordy Anderson to Bo Otak as the Wolves are going to kick the ball. It's touched by the Abes. They're going to fake the reverse. They've been doing that all night on their kickoffs, and the would-be runner escapes a couple of tackles, but not until he's finally brought down around the 30-yard line. We'll see where they officially place the ball. But Lincoln's been doing that all night on their kickoffs, even though earlier we saw in the first half, it was in the first half of play, Leon Ladeau had an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to go with his 44-yard touchdown pass reception in the first quarter. So Robert Issa, a couple of short touchdown runs, and Michael Niner, that is all of the scoring so far, as the Lincoln Abes are going to have the ball at at their own 33-yard line. They hand the ball off to Jordan Russell straight up the middle. He sidesteps around a couple of tacklers, but he's able to get a couple of yards on the play. It's going to be second and long for the Abes.
Well, we might see some bench guys coming in for the Wolves now, as I saw 13 Austin Jacob, the other Austin Cook, the 5'11 junior in there on special teams just now, and I think we're going to see some subs in as Coach Segerson and the rest of the coaching staff will try to get some of these other guys some playing time here on homecoming.
South Kitsap would really like to do a number here on defense to hold Lincoln to limited scoring, if not none at all, as Dillard is going to look for a man. He's going to go deep down long, and he throws up a little wounded duck there. Oh, and the ball is in. The pass is actually intercepted by Leon Ladeau, but I think that they are going to call pass interference on South Kitsap around the 35.
I believe Leon grabbed the receiver's shoulder, brought him down, and it's going to be a pass interference on the Wolves. Could have been that he fell down, or it could have been that he was dragged down. Looked to me like he possibly had a hold of his shoulder pad and took him down before he picked off the ball.
Bryce Dillard was going for the home run ball right there, and Leon Ladeau was on the coverage. The intended receiver for Lincoln was interfered with, as the penalty flag is actually thrown all the way down here at the South Kitsap 34-yard line, and it will be pass interference against South Kitsap. That is a 15-yard penalty, and so instead of, in fact, it wouldn't have mattered anyways because the interception was incomplete. And actually there are two penalties. There is a roughing the passer against South Kitsap and also a pass interference. So a double whammy for the Wolves here on D.
If they just stack up those yards, would that be 30 yards or what?
That's going to be a costly penalty, that's for sure. So,
well, we may not know the total amount of yards, but we do know that it will be costly.
It will be a very costly one as well.
The Wolves defense will be marched back 15 yards, I believe. We'll find out here as the officials still try to negotiate where the ball's supposed to go.
So Lincoln, after the penalties, the pass interference and the roughing the passer, will have the ball exactly at midfield. They will have a 1st and 10. And this is the kind of a break that Lincoln is looking for here as they come in with that very tight formation. They've been doing this all night. Bryce Dillard is going to hand the ball off. They run the reverse, and they're going to get it out to the left-hand side. Nice tackle there. That looked like Robert Issa as he came around the end there. Nice end around on the reverse. The ball carrier was Marquise Henry, who's done a really nice job running the ball for the Abes tonight as well, but he gets about 9 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 1 for Lincoln at the South Kitsap 41-yard line.
Nice tackle there by Robert Issa to prevent further yardage pickup there for Lincoln. Even though the ball was advanced about 8 or 9 yards there on that first down play, it'll bring up 2nd and short.
Lincoln with a little bit of misdirection in that backfield, trying to catch South Kitsap off with those counter plays, as that's been fairly successful for Lincoln tonight. They just need to establish a little bit more of a solid ground game as Dillard is going to roll to his right. He fakes the handoff, stutter steps. He's looking for a man. He's going to throw it down the field. He's got an open receiver, but the pass is incomplete. Nice defensive coverage there by Isaiah Davis. The intended receiver for the Lincoln Abes was number 49. Conroy was the intended receiver for the Lincoln Abes as Javante Conroy, but the pass was just a little bit high. But good coverage there by Isaiah Davis. The pass is incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and long for the Abes.
And overall for the Abes tonight, the passing game has not been that much of a threat. A little bit of a unperfected area for the Abes. The running game and their end arounds, those looks like to be their bread and butter on offense.
Dillard under center. They just need 1 yard. It's 3rd and 1 to get that first down, and Dillard is just going to keep it, and he runs right off of right guard. And he's able to get forward down to the 35, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Lincoln. So good job by Dillard hanging on to that football and getting that first down.
Nice job right up the middle. Looked like the defense was a little bit sleepy there on that one. As the ball is snapped and the play started, and a couple guys maybe not quite ready for the play on defense on the South Kitsap side of things. Lincoln doing a very good job of getting up there quick, picking up that first down.
Into the game for the Wolves, number 74, Philip Holt III. As he comes in at defensive line over there. The Lincoln Abes have a first down at the South Kitsap 35-yard line. Dillard under center. They're going to hand the ball off to the running back, who gets a big wide hole right open on the right-hand side. He's down at the 10. He stutter steps, tries to get forward all the way down to the 2.
As Isaiah Davis does a good job of keeping him from getting in the end zone.
Jordan Russell with the big run. Nice run there by Russell. Gets all the way down to the South Kitsap 2-yard line, where they are in business. 1st and goal at the 2.
Looks like the Abes are going to have a good chance of punching the ball in here after a nice run up the right sideline for the Lincoln Abes. as a couple of subs come in for Lincoln. South Kitsap's going to go with the goal line defense. Still only 4 defensive linemen up to the line.
Right before half, Lincoln had the ball all the way at the South Kitsap 15-yard line, but they weren't able to get any points on the board. As Lincoln is hoping to capitalize here, most likely 4-down territory, as Dillard is going to hand the ball up to Jordan Russell. He tries to get up, but nowhere going. In fact, he's going to lose a yard on the play back to the 3. Nice defensive stop by the South Kitsap defensive line.
He got rolled up on there a little bit and comes up a little bit slow. Might had a few offensive linemen, a couple defensive linemen, and the kitchen sink on top of him. A little slow getting up.
South Kitsap on defense here would love to stop the Lincoln Abes from getting into that end zone, but Lincoln trailing 33-6 with just under 4 minutes left here in the third quarter of play. Need as many points as possible. Lincoln coming out here. They've got a 2nd and goal from the South Kitsap 3-yard line. They've got a couple of running backs now. That's Russell and Pendleton. They're going to hand the ball, and he's going to fake it. He's got a man, and he tries to throw it away. Dillard faked the handoff on the counter. Nice defensive stop there by Isaiah Davis and Ricky Johnson.
Whenever I see Lincoln try to throw the ball, I think dumpster fire. It's just not working for him. Bad.
South Kitsap, a good defensive stop here so far. A couple more downs here for the Lincoln Abes. The pass was incomplete. Dillard was just trying to dump that, get that out of the way. He's being flushed out of the pocket. A big rush there by the defense for South Kitsap, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from the South Kitsap 3-yard line.
South Kitsap doing a great job here on the goal line stand.
Gino Horsley is also in there, and Dillard is just going to keep it, and he's going to just tuck and roll.
Once again.
And he does, and Lincoln gets in for the touchdown.
Once again, catching South Kitsap defense a little bit unawares there and sneaking in for the couple of short yards for the touchdown. 33-12 Lincoln. This game is not out of reach.
A quick count and a quick snap, and they got it. We saw both referees coming from the sideline, and they did. I don't know why. It's like they're thinking that they didn't get the touchdown, but both referees, both side judges coming in already signaled the touchdown. So touchdown Lincoln. Bryce Dillard with the 3-yard touchdown run.
Those offensive linemen for Lincoln really getting down quick, and the snap coming off quick.
They did. It caught the defensive line for South Kitsap off guard, and Lincoln, they are going to go for 2 here, I believe.
It looks like they are setting up for 2. They might run the same play.
Lincoln just scored on a 3-yard touchdown run by Bryce Dillard. Still in under center. He's going to fake the handoff, roll to his left. He's being flushed out of the pocket. He throws it up into the air for the end zone. The pass is incomplete. The intended receiver for Lincoln was unable to get the ball. Good coverage there by Leon Ladeau. And Lincoln now trails 33-12 with 33:29 remaining here in the third quarter of play. But D-Rod, this is the kind of thing that Lincoln was looking for. They need to get points on the board.
Well, they got 6 points. They didn't get to pick up the 2-point conversion there, but they sure did a good job of getting down the field. A couple of nice plays, especially off that right side, up the right sideline, and really doing a good job of staying in this game. 3:29 left in the third quarter. Anything can happen. Lincoln down by 21 points as South Kitsap coaching staff talking to a couple of their guys about things they could do differently and do a little bit better.
And I can only imagine that South Kitsap coaches are going to be telling, especially the men up front on this kickoff return, to look for anything, because I doubt if Lincoln will probably come out and try and run some kind of an offside kick, but they're going to want to keep the ball out of the hands of Isaiah Davis and Leon Ladeau, that's for sure.
The way they've been doing things tonight, it would not surprise me if Lincoln came out with something tricky like that.
Leon Ladeau already has 1 kickoff return for a touchdown, and they certainly don't want to get the ball into the hands of Isaiah Davis, who is more than capable of running one back as well. So 2 dangerous return men for the Wolves as Lincoln is getting ready. Jordan Russell getting ready to kick the ball off here. The Wolves being they're going to go for the onside kick, but it has to go 10 yards, and it only went about 4.
Yeah, just not quite enough giddy up in that bounce, as the Abes will give the ball back to the Wolves in very good field position.
And South Kitsap actually doing a nice job right there. Staying off the ball, because it does have to go 10 yards. And they didn't even attempt to touch the ball. If they had, then Lincoln would be a live ball, and Lincoln could recover it if they wanted, but that's all for naught.
The sign of a well-coached team, I believe, is the Wolves all good, hands off, stay away. The ball only goes about 5 yards, and the Wolves will take over at the 42-yard line
So
of Lincoln.
South Kitsap will have a 1st and 10. Good field position already in Lincoln territory. The ball is placed at the Lincoln 42-yard line. The I formation. Issa's in there. Little movement up front. They're going to fake the handoff. Nice fake by Anderson. He's got a man out in the flat. The ball is caught by Isaiah Davis. A couple of spins. And boy, is he sandwiched pretty hard down there. But nonetheless, he's able to. He's going to get about 12 yards on the reception down to the Lincoln 29. But he was hit hard down there.
Isaiah Davis pretty tough. Anybody taking hits like that from the defense, getting popping up and ready to go for the next play just like that. That's a sign of a tough young player, and we like to see him just snapping up. A lot of times you see guys not getting up from a play like that or getting hit that hard.
And a lot of that was set up by Gordy Anderson, a good fake handoff, and he does a nice job of hiding that ball behind him, and he was able to set that play up there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wolves at the Lincoln 29. They're going to hand the ball up to Issa. He's got a little bit of a hole, bounces backward, then he goes forward, but not until he gets down to about the 21-yard line. Nice run by Robert Issa, and he's going to gain about 8 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd short for the Wolves.
Eddie Jones there with the help on the stop for the Lincoln Abes. Abes doing a decent job on defense here, giving up that last play to Isaiah Davis, and then stopping Issa short of the 1st down. It's 2nd and 2. And we have a timeout, I believe, on the field, and that's called to Lincoln.
Lincoln calls their first timeout of the 2nd half. South Kitsap still has all 3 of theirs remaining, but the Wolves were able to come out in this 2nd half, and they got some points on the board. Went up 33-6, but Lincoln came back and just got a 3-yard touchdown run by Bryce Dillard, but the extra point missed. And South Kitsap got the ball back. Lincoln went for an onside kick. It did not go the necessary 10 yards, and so South got the ball at the Lincoln 42, and they are looking to drive even farther as South Kitsap has the ball at the 20, looks like about the 22-yard line.
A little bit of a shout out to the sideline crew there, the 1st down markers and the chain gang. That's Seth Posey and Don Morgan in the gang. They've been doing this for a long time. I'd like to shout out to the chain gang here tonight for the South Kitsap.
Doing a really nice job here tonight as we have been knocking on wood. We have been rain-free, as now we have even more substitutions coming into the game. They're going to have Jens Johnson is the fullback. They're going to have Robert Issa, and he gets out in the flat, and he's unable to hang on to the ball. He was kind of twisted around there trying to make the play. Gordy Anderson hit him in the hands in the flat, but Issa was unable to hang on to the ball. The pass is incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Wolves.
Well, the Wolves will look to pick up the 1st down here, obviously. We'll see if they pass it again or if they run it. I'm kind of surprised a little bit to see that they've gone away from the running game, stopping the clock here at the end of the 3rd quarter. They want to run that clock out as much as possible. Lincoln is already down to only 2 timeouts left in the quarter.
Anderson is going to hand the ball off to Issa, but he is dragged down from behind. Nice tackle from behind. Grabbed onto the Lincoln defender, grabbed his jersey, and was able to pull him backwards a little bit. But we're not sure if he's got that 1st down. I think he is going to be just a hair bit short. We're waiting to see if they did. No, they are. They're going to give him the 1st down. Looked like he was maybe just short. So 1st down for South Kitsap. We're going to call that at the Lincoln 19-yard line, so the Wolves are in the red zone once again.
They're knocking on the door. The Wolves looking to score again. Get up into the 40 range here tonight at Joe Knowles Field here on Homecoming 2009 in Port Orchard.
Ricky Johnson is now in at wide receiver on the near side. Leon Ladeau isolated on the far side. There's going to be some offside movement here. Looked like I didn't see anybody move on the offensive line for the Wolves, so it looks like it's going to be maybe defensive offside.
Legal procedure against the Abes.
That's legal procedure. You say defensive offsides. I say encroachment. We just
that would be.
Let's just agree that we're all right.
Well, I'm going to agree that the offense gets an illegal procedure and the defense gets an offside or an encroachment penalty, which is what they're going to get. And the Wolves are going to have a 1st and 5 from the Lincoln 14-yard line. So scoot them ahead 5 more yards.
Well said.
Thank you very much.
Nicely crafted.
I've been practicing that one all day long. So South Kitsap coming out here. Gordy Anderson looking at the linebackers, pointing to the defense. He's going to take the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, roll to his right. He's got a lot of wide open space. He's got a man in the end zone, and the pass is caught for a touchdown. Leon Ledoux, his third touchdown of tonight. A 14-yard pass reception for Gordy Anderson, but it was a nice pass by Anderson that got the ball into Ledoux's hands.
And I think the Wolves just wanted to add an extra insurance score there here in the third quarter. You never know what can happen if you come back in high school ball. And I'm not sure how much more of Leon Ledoux we'll be seeing tonight. That's his third touchdown of the night. 39-12 here for the South Kitsap Wolves on top towards the end of the third quarter, minute 18 left.
Well, the one thing that the Wolves don't want to start doing here is trading touchdowns back and forth like the last offensive series, as Aaron Ledoux comes in for the extra point attempt. Little movement up front, but no flags. The kick is up, and it is good. And South Kitsap now leads Lincoln 40-12 here at the homecoming game for South Kitsap High School here at Joe Knowles Field. And it's not looking good for Abe.
Well, Abe is down by a cool 28 right now, and Lincoln, as we see a nice shot of Coach Sigurdsson there, as he is contemplating the substitutions that he'll probably be making here in the remainder of the second half. We see Coach Fairweather talking to the special teams guys, and overall a good night here on homecoming for the South Kitsap Wolves so far. They keep the Lincoln Abes out of the end zone. They don't want it to become a quote-unquote interesting game. They want to keep it in check and keep it under control, and I imagine we'll see some subs. I imagine we'll see, but so far so good for the South Kitsap Wolves in their quest to go 8-0 undefeated, ranked number 9 in the state of Washington, Class 4A.
Well, the one thing that the Wolves have to look out for is that Lincoln all night on almost every kickoff return, they've been either running a reverse or the fake reverse, and they haven't run it for a little while since the first quarter after the Wolves scored first, but you have to watch out for Lincoln because they just might try and sneak that reverse in there. Aaron Ledoux, it's going to be kicked off to the right-hand side. The Lincoln Abes are going to have some good, decent field position. They do want to keep that out of the hands of the, and there it comes, yes, and the penalty flag comes flying in.
And here comes the rain.
And just like that, no sooner did we speak, I think I jinxed it, D-Rod, but here comes the rain.
I see Don Morgan there on the sideline, though, in his rain gear. My mother told him to wear that tonight.
Well, it's a good thing that she did, because he's going to need it now, as it looks like that it was going on the stop was J.C. Parker, but it was a late hit out of bounds. So the ball is going to be placed at the 33-yard line, but it is a personal foul, late hit out of bounds, so tack on another 15, and Lincoln, this is what they did on their last offensive series, and they were able to get into the end zone.
Can I throw in a from the booth cliche?
You betcha you can, but you might want to make sure that it's got some rain gear on.
That type of call would drive a coach crazy.
It would drive you crazy.
And not the call, the play itself.
Well, you appreciate players like that just trying to make a play, but when they get near that sideline, they have to know when to pull back just a little bit. But you can't fault them for the hustle. But it does cost the Wolves 15 yards as the ball is up near the 45-yard line. They're going to pitch the ball out to the quick man, and he gets the ball, tries to cut it back upfield, gets a couple of nice blocks. Nice run there by the Lincoln running back. That was Jordan Russell. We weren't sure exactly what he had. It almost looked like he had a New Jersey there, because it's good. It might just get a little muddy here now. Down the rain is coming down nice and steadily.
Well, for Lincoln, when it rains, it pours, and right now it is pouring down rain. Welcome to Western Washington in the fall. It's raining. It's not very warm out there. We were outside during halftime, and my hands were getting a little bit cold, and with that rain, that ball gets slick. It's cold. It's hard to, your hands start freezing up a little bit, getting cold and numb, and it's hard to hold on to that thing.
Dillard is going to pass. He's going to pitch the ball to Jordan Russell. He's got a couple of blockers. Here comes Isaiah Davis with the nice tackle. Russell sidesteps the would-be tackler. Otak was also out there on the side, but Jordan Russell was able to pick up a huge play, and they are going to move the chains once again, and they're going to get the ball all the way down to the 30-yard line. So Lincoln is on the move again.
Number 5, Bo Otak, shaking off a little sore arm there, a little bit of an owie there. It's getting cold, and getting wet. Things get hurt a little bit easier. It's turned into a nasty night all of a sudden, and. like I said, when it rains, it pours, and it's going to be a nasty fourth quarter for both these teams, especially Lincoln Abes on the losing end.
Dillard is going to hand the ball and fake it to the, there it is, there's that counter once again. Nice run there by Eddie Jones, who stays on his feet. He falls forward and he tries to extend the ball out to the goal line, but he falls just a little bit short. I think his knee is going to get him down to the 4-yard line, but he does. And again, Lincoln is deep into South Kitsap territory, and D-Rod, this is what we were talking about earlier. The Wolves do not want to trade touchdowns right now.
Absolutely not, and we will trade sides as the third quarter draws to a close. It's 40-12. South Kitsap here with Lincoln knocking on the door with they're at the South Kitsap 2-yard line. Switch ends. Lincoln looking decent on offense. The Wolves looking a lot better, and that's why they're up 40-12. So far, what's your number one offensive MVP so far tonight for the Wolves?
Well, I tell you right now, I'd have a couple. I give a co-MVP award right now to Leon Ladeau and Robert Issa. Leon Ladeau with his third touchdown of the game just a little while ago, a 14-yard pass strike from Gordy Anderson. But Robert Issa's had a couple of key touchdowns as well. And to tell you the truth, I'd probably just give the whole MVP to the entire offensive team.
The offensive line is doing a really good job of blocking, and not to take anything away from Lincoln because they're doing an awfully good job too. I've seen some good blocks and some really good plays. The one we just saw, that's a good play. That involves a lot of good blocking and doing a good job for Lincoln. They just happen to be at a short end right now. We have an entire quarter left, 12 minutes to go. Anything can happen. Wolves up 28 points, 40-12 here at the beginning of the fourth quarter with Lincoln at the 2-yard line of the Wolves. We'll see if the Wolves can hunker down here and keep them out of the end zone.
Well, in the backfield is Leon Jenkins and Jordan Russell, and they're going to just keep it. And Dillard just keeps the ball, but he gets down to about the 2-yard line, a gain of 3, where it's going to be 2nd and goal. So Lincoln with a golden opportunity here to get the ball into the end zone. And I'll tell you, D-Rod, if they don't get the ball into the end zone here, this really spells trouble for them.
Well, not only that, but they're also running time off the clock every time they try to run it, and they don't get in. The clock keeps ticking, and not good for them. The clock is not their friend right now. They want to stop that thing down 28.
Pendleton is also in the backfield with Jordan Russell. And the quarterback is just going to keep it for a quarterback keeper. I think he got close. Forward progress may have stopped him. I think he got to the 1-yard line. Bryce Dillard just kept the ball. He went straight off center, but he was not able to get into the end zone. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the South Kitsap 1-yard line. So, but like we said, D-Rod, it's 3rd down, but this is 2-down territory for Lincoln.
Absolutely, and then some good sportsmanship there from Nick Boss, number 53 for the Wolves on the defensive line, helping up the Lincoln run it after the play. Always something you like to see in any level of sports, something you don't see a lot of in the pros or even college. So it's nice to see that here at the high school level here in Port Orchard tonight.
Jenkins and Russell are in the backfield, but and they're going to hand the ball off to Jordan Russell, and he's going to easily get into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown Lincoln. So just like that, Lincoln gets back into the end zone, 6 more points, and they are now only trailing 40-18. And like we said here, the last time they scored, they went for the onside kick, but it didn't go the necessary 10 yards. But hopefully they worked out those kinks.
Well, we'll see. I don't guarantee it, but I would be a bit surprised to see Lincoln Abes on the kickoff here. After I'm going to guess they're going to go for 2. After the kickoff here, or on the kickoff, they're going to probably try to squib it or onside kick it to try to get the ball back. It looks like they're going for 2.
Lincoln is going to go for 2 points here for the extra point. Dillard is going to hand the ball straight up the middle, but they're not going to get in. They're not going to do it. I think Jordan Russell was the ball carrier.
And the 2-point conversion.
And the 2-point conversion is no good, and Jordan Russell was the ball carrier on that. So just like that, though, but Lincoln did get another touchdown. They did get a 1-yard touchdown run by Jordan Russell, and now trail 40-18. But South Kitsap D-Rod is going to have to do something here. They don't want to go 3 and out and get the ball back to Lincoln.
No, they certainly don't. They want to keep the clock running. They want to pick up a few first downs. They want to keep the Lincoln Abes down. They're down 22 right now. They don't want to give them any sort of life, any sort of reason or excuse to come back into this game, make it interesting. The Wolves are going to try to keep the ball on the ground, going to try to run some clock off, going to take it down in the final minutes of the game and walk out of here with at least a 22-point victory.
Well, Lincoln is within 3 scores, something that is going to be difficult but yet feasible. So Lincoln's going to come out here, and I would imagine that they're going to probably try and go for the onside kick. They did the last time, but they were unsuccessful. So, but if they do get the onside kick here, Lincoln could be in business because they would have it in relatively good field position.
Well, absolutely. It only takes a couple of breaks here and there, a couple of little things, and all of a sudden you're back in it. I bet you they're going to try to get the ball back right here. That I doubt they're going to kick it off to the Wolves. If they do, I mean, the Wolves, like I said, are going to run the clock down. They don't want to, they might as well go for it and try to get the ball back on an onside kick right here.
Lincoln is over. They're going to go for the onside kick, but it is recovered by South Kitsap right at the 50-yard line at midfield. Nice job there. This time it did go the necessary 10 yards, but the ball was just a line driver, and it was recovered by South Kitsap's Jordan Anderson in midfield.
Not a lot of turnovers tonight.
Not a lot of turnovers at all.
Maybe Lincoln do for a turnover here if they're trying to get back in this thing. If luck is on their side, the one interception in the end zone for Lincoln brought it back out to the 20. We'll see if their defense can step it up and force a fumble or an interception. South Kitsap, though, pretty solid with their offensive schemes and their offensive sets. Their plays are usually pretty rock solid.
So South Kitsap will have a 1st and 10 right at midfield as they keep their number 1 unit on the field. Lincoln's still a threat here, although they do have a new quarterback. Gordy Anderson is out, and Tanner Romo is now in at quarterback. They hand the ball straight up the middle. That looks like we have a new running back in there. Is that Robert Issa in there with the terror? And he is the ball carrier on that one. Kept his knees driving, and he was able to get about 7 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 3 for the Wolves. Jordan Anderson now coming in for the Wolves. Issa getting the break. And like we said, D-Rod, even though Lincoln is kind of threatening here, there are 10 minutes left, trailing by 22. Still might see some substitutions here for South Kitsap.
We might. It looks like Coach Sigurdsson's going with a lot of his starters here. The game's a little too close for comfort. 2nd and 3 for the Wolves.
Tanner Romo, the junior, number 6, in at quarterback for the Wolves, and he's going to hand the ball off to Jordan Anderson. Oh, and he's hit hard. Nice hit on defense there. Well done. Jordan Anderson did a good job also of hanging on to the ball.
That's number 49, Javante Conroy, the 6', 203-pound sophomore, with a big hit to stop the Wolves in their tracks and to prevent a 1st down.
Conroy looked more like a convoy right there and stopped Anderson short of the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Wolves, so a big play here for Lincoln. They would love nothing more than to stop South Kitsap here as Isaiah Davis and Leon Ladeau are splitting to the near side of the field. Gordy Anderson getting a break here at quarterback as Tanner Romo is going to fake. He's going to hand the ball off, but he's stopped in the background. Nice tackle there on defense by the big defensive lineman as the rain is kind of coming down just a little bit more here, but big stop by the Lincoln defensive line.
Number 21 there for the stop, and trying to see who that big stop was for Lincoln, but that was a nice play. Stopped in his tracks. Could have been called a face mask. Looked like he had a little bit on the bottom part of the face mask, but not quite. As South Kitsap keeping the clock running and really trying to pick up a 1st down here as we're back to punt as it's 4th and short.
Gino Horsley is back to receive the punt from Leon Ladeau. Horsley standing at his own 10. It's a good snap. The kick is up, and it's a decent kick. They're kicking it away from Horsley. It's going to come back, though, and it's going to be down right at the 10-yard line. So a nice job there by Leon Ladeau. It's going to be a 30-yard punt down to the Lincoln 10, so not the best field position, but South Kitsap stopped here, but with 8:06 remaining here in the game, Lincoln is really going to have to get on their horses and get something done here.
Yeah, the rain's coming down. We'll see if Lincoln can get their offense going. Actually, the rain's let up just a tad here in Port Orchard, thankfully, as Lincoln sets up at the 10. Nice punt from Leon Ladeau. He's done a good job on as far as punting goes all season, and nice punt again there from Leon. There's the rain again as the Lincoln Abes scramble up to the line. They are in a hurry-up offensive mode.
Little confusion there on offense by Lincoln before they get set. Now they're finally getting set here. Dillard is going to hand the ball to the up back. That's Jordan Russell, but he's chased down behind an O-tack on the A-tack, and he is able to knock him down for about forward progress. It's going to give him about 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 7, but nice tackle there by Bo O-tack.
I've never really heard of this kid, Bo O-tack, before tonight, but he's got some sort of name, doesn't he?
That is a great name, I'll tell you.
You don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
I can only count the number of Bo O-tacks I've met in my life on one hand.
Well, I'll tell you, this Bo O-tack is right there on a lot of defensive plays. Lincoln, they don't have a whole lot of time that they can work with here as time is running down. But it's going to be 2nd and long for Lincoln at their own, we're going to call it the 13-yard line. They got to get to the 20. They're going to pitch the ball out to the tailback who tries to get, and the ball's fumbled, and it's recovered by Isaiah Davis. The ball carrier was Pinoy Pendleton, and Pendleton tried to change his motion. He was cutting left to the near side of the field, tried to cut back up, and when he did, he got hit, and he lost control of the ball. And looks like that's where the rain comes in here, and that's the first turnover tonight that we have seen in this ball game.
Well, for the Lincoln Abes, Lincoln did have an interception earlier in the game in the end zone.
So South Kitsap,
not to be the correctionalist.
South Kitsap is now going to take over here after the turnover. Pendleton, Lincoln didn't have good field position, and you know, D-Rod, every time Lincoln has good field position, they score. When it's bad field position, they either turn the ball over, their first of the night, or they kick the ball away. So a few more substitutions coming in here. South Kitsap, Tanner Romo back in at quarterback. They're going to hand the ball off to Jordan Anderson, who hits the hole hard, puts his head down. Nice run by Anderson, gets all the way down. We're going to call it the 7-yard line.
Nice play there, right out the gate there for the Wolves. They're going to try to tack on another one here as we have Tanner Romo in the game. And we'll see if he throws one here. I'm not sure if Tanner has a touchdown pass yet this season. Not quite sure, but Tanner Romo, number 6, the backup quarterback for the Wolves, did a nice job filling in for Gordy Anderson while he was out.
Anderson was out for a few weeks, and Tanner stepped in and did a really nice job. It was part of the reason why the Wolves stay undefeated.
Absolutely, he was.
2nd and 5 for the Wolves at, we're going to call it the 8-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off to Jordan Anderson. He tries to go off left guard, drags a couple of tacklers ahead far for about another 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 4 from the 6-yard line.
Lincoln Abes doing a good job here on defense, defending the run, giving up only 3 yards per carry. Here in the red zone, their back's up against the wall. They're at their own. The ball is at their own 7-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Wolves. They need to get to the 3-yard line for the first down.
So the Wolves are coming out here. Chris Nenninger is in at fullback. Jordan Anderson stays in at the tailback. Leon Ladeau's in the slot on the far side. Romo's going to hand the ball up to Jordan Anderson on the counter, and he's going to go straight up the middle in for the touchdown. Jordan Anderson with the 7-yard touchdown run, and the Wolves are back on the board.
Another quick 6 for the Wolves off the turnover from the Lincoln Abes. The funny thing when those turnovers, kind of like a walk in baseball, those things turn into scores, and the Wolves throw on another 6 points. Piling on here, 46-18 with 5:43 left in the game.
Good play call right there by the South Kitsap coaches as well, as now the rain is coming down close to being sideways here just a little bit.
Just a tad.
Just a tad bit, as South Kitsap just scored on a Jordan Anderson 7-yard, number 21, on a 7-yard touchdown run. The snap is up, and the kick is up, and it is good. And South Kitsap now leads Lincoln 47-18 with 5:43 remaining here in the contest here at the homecoming game at South Kitsap High School. And I won't start talking about nails in the coffin, but we're pretty darn close.
Well, it's kind of a double meaning there, nails in the coffin for this game. We've also got Halloween coming up next week, so that's actually a fitting reference there. And the Wolves there with that last touchdown might have driven in one of the final nails of the proverbial coffin. The Lincoln Abes not looking shabby tonight on offense. They're doing a lot of good things. They have nothing to be ashamed of or anything like that. They came out here and they played a good game against the Wolves. And really, I believe that a series back in the first half where they had 2 consecutive penalties when they got the ball back and moved it from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20. that really hurt them, and I think that was kind of the game changer for the Lincoln Abes.
And a lot of it was field position, and like we said earlier, it seemed that when the Lincoln Abes had really good field positions, they were able to get the ball into the end zone, but when it wasn't so good, they had one turnover, or they ended up kicking the ball away, as Aaron Ladeau is going to kick the ball off to, they're going to fake the handoff, as Marquise Henry is going to keep it. He's going to run up, and he gets out to the right side. There goes Marquise Henry. He gets past midfield. He's getting down, and he's got one blocker ahead of him. Nice run by Marquise Henry.
He just kind of put it on his hip pad, and no one could tell if he had the ball or not. He just kind of snuck up the right side there. It was difficult, and especially in this rain with the black pants of Lincoln Abes where the football was, and boy, he just scampered up the right side. Nice field position for the Abes.
They've been doing that now, like we just talked about. Every time Lincoln has good field position, they seem to find that end zone. So we'll see how Lincoln does here. They just got a huge gain of about almost 50 yards by Marquise Henry all the way down to the South Kitsap 35-yard line. So Lincoln's got a lot of fight in them. No quitting here, as they're going to come out looking to get some more points on the board with 5:31 remaining here. Still trailing South Kitsap 47-18. A big high offensive scoring, as Dillard is going to fake the handoff, roll to his left. He's got a man open. He's going for the home run ball. Oh, and it's just overthrown just a little bit in the outstretched hands of the intended receiver, number 9, Eddie Jones.
The thing I like about Lincoln, even though they just passed the ball there, which they haven't been doing much of tonight, that last kickoff return with the fake end around. One thing I like about Lincoln is they're not abandoning their game plan. They're sticking to it. There's 5.5 minutes left in the game. They're down 29. They're sticking with Plan A. They're not just doing we'll just take the kickoff and run up the middle. No, they're still trying to fool South Kitsap when they have the ball, and I like that about Lincoln.
So South Kitsap with the defensive stop here. Lincoln was going for a big pass play right there. They just had a 50-yard return by Marquise Henry into South Kitsap territory. The ball's up to 35. They're going to pitch the ball out to Jordan Henry. Henry's going to bounce to the outside. He's looking for a seam, but he doesn't have anything. South Kitsap is right there to shut the door. And but forward progress is going to give him about 5 yards on the play, where it's going to be 3rd and 5 for Lincoln. But Lincoln's got to get something going here as we're coming up on 5 minutes. They do have 2 timeouts remaining, though, here in this half.
Mike Alonzo there, number 11 for the Wolves, the senior in on the stop for South Kitsap.
So Lincoln trying to capitalize on good field position here. They're going to have a third. We're going to actually call it a 3rd and 6. They need to get down near the 25-yard line. If they get to the 25, they'll have that first down. Bryce Dillard still in at quarterback. Dillard under center. They're going to send a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, and they got the counter coming right back. It got nice couple of moves there by Eddie Jones. Jones is near the 25. He's going to be just a little bit short, but he still might have that first down. We'll have to wait and see where they spot it.
Nice run from Eddie Jones there. Nice counter play call from the Lincoln Abes. And awful close to the first down marker for the Abes, and it's 4th and 1.
He just missed that first down. He needs to get to the 25-yard line, so this could help make or break something going on here for the Abes. Just under 4 minutes to go now here in this contest, but Lincoln doesn't seem to be in any hurry to try and get this playoff. They're going to send 2, 3. They're going to send trips, wide receivers to the far side of the field. And Dillard is just going to keep the ball, and he's going to get the first down and a lot more. He's going to get all the way inside the 20. We're going to call it down to the 16.
Wow,
first down for Lincoln.
Nice quarterback keeper there for the Abes, as Dillard just keeps the ball and scrambles up the back of his offensive lineman and gets first down and more there, more than they were expecting. And Lincoln's knocking on the door now of the Wolves. It's 47-18. South Kitsap with 3.5 minutes left in this homecoming contest.
So Lincoln will have a 1st and 10 from the South Kitsap. We're going to call it the 16-yard line. 3:19 remaining here. That clock is just ticking down. Lincoln, they're going to snap the ball. Dillard's going to roll to his right. Now he's going to look back left, and he's got a man out in the flat, and he throws it up, and no penalty flags. For a minute there, kind of good coverage there on defense. That's number 6, Tanner Romo, on the coverage, who came in for Gordy Anderson on offense, and he's also in there on defense at defensive back. But the pass was incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for Lincoln from the South Kitsap 16.
I'd like to make a shout out to the beautiful new Mrs. Jennifer Rodriguez, who's at home tonight, out of the rain. And she's at home, and as we enjoy the game up here in the booth, we got a couple other shout-outs, but we'll do those a little bit later.
We'll have, we'd like to...
It's our first inaugural installment of shout-outs.
That's correct. That's correct. And we've got 3 minutes left to make some more shout-outs here as Lincoln's going to come out. They're going to, the referee's blowing the whistle and officials timeout down there. There might be some kind of an equipment problem, but now they're ready to place the ball here as Lincoln is going to have a 2nd and 10 from the 16. Dillard is going to roll to his right. He's going to look to throw, then he stutter steps, and it's just in the outstretched hands of the intended receiver. Nice throw by Dillard, but it was just a little bit too high. The intended receiver was number 3, Marquise Henry.
And I like to see Romo and Johnson helping up Henry there after the play, after the incomplete pass. Lots of good sportsmanship here on both sides of the ball, both teams here tonight.
So Lincoln is going to have a 3rd and 10 here. They need to get to the South Kitsap 6-yard line. They can still stop the clock. They do still have 2 timeouts, but they probably would like to get into the end zone here without having to burn one of their timeouts. But a first down will also stop the clock if they have a couple more plays ready to go here. 3:01 remaining here in the game, trailing 47-18. They're going to hand the ball straight up the middle. There goes Jordan Russell, sidesteps a couple of tackles, and he is going to get that first down, so they are going to stop the clock. Lincoln is going to have to get up there. Nice job by Russell running the ball straight up the middle, eluding several tacklers, and it's going to be 1st and goal now from about the 5-yard line.
Number 50 for the Abes, a little bit slow to get up. That's Tinu Latavaeva. He's been in there the whole game, been working hard, and got banged up a little bit there on that play, but he stays in.
So Lincoln, actually, they're going to place that ball at the 6. It's going to be 1st and goal from the South Kitsap 6-yard line. 2:31 remaining here in the game. South Kitsap leading their homecoming game 47-18. Lincoln looking to get on the board, and there looks like a little confusion, and Lincoln is going to have to burn a timeout. That is their 2nd timeout of the half, so they have 1 remaining. But if they could, trailing by so much that they would hope to keep that timeout, but we'll have to wait and see. So Lincoln, though, desperately needs to get into the end zone on this possession.
Well, it'd be nice for them for their team and their morale to get in, put up another score. 47-24 looks a lot better than 47-18, I guess. At this point, it's a pretty big margin of victory at this point. If the game were to finish right now, it'd be nice for the Abes, though, to put in another score. They've done a good job all night of holding their heads up and playing hard. And it was first quarter, and actually early on in the second quarter, this game was pretty close. Like I said earlier, a little too close for comfort for the Wolves, and they've spread this lead out pretty wide now.
Well, Lincoln is coming out of their timeout. South Kitsap's going to have to hustle out there on defense. They don't want to get caught off guard and give Lincoln an easy touchdown here. So the Abes are coming out quickly, and they've got the plays called, ready to go here. Dillard is going to keep it, drop straight back, roll out to his left, look left. He's still looking. He's got a man near the end zone. Oh, and it's intercepted. The pass is intercepted by Mike Alonso. He's a wide receiver by trade, and he's playing in on defense, and he gets the interception. It was just a bad pass thrown by Dillard, and Alonso was right there to make the interception, and South Kitsap is going to have the ball on the turnover.
Nice job from Mike Alonso there, the senior. Good way to come in and step in and prevent the touchdown, pick up an INT. Very nice way to end the homecoming game on defense for the Wolves.
And I'll tell you, D-Rod, we're doing some shout-outs here tonight. We have to have a big shout-out to all the senior football players, senior spectators, senior band members, cheerleaders, all the seniors that are here tonight to experience their very last homecoming football game of their career.
That's awesome for them, and really proud and privileged to do the play-by-play up here in the booth with you, BB, and saluting those seniors. That's a nice way to send them out here in this homecoming game. Although they've got a few months left in the school year to go. Hopefully that senioritis doesn't set in quite yet.
Oh, trust me, it's set in on the first day of school, and I've been there to witness every day of it. I
remember that.
We got another big shout out going to our head wrestling coach at South Kitsap High School, Chad Nass, who is out there in in that rain, freezing his tail off, filming. He does all the filming for the South Kitsap High School football games, and he's one of the toughest guys you'll ever meet.
For real, he is a tough guy. We've also got a couple other camera guys out there.
We do.
Chris Olson?
Yes, Chris Olson, who is also at the opposite end with one of our high-tech cameras filming the game tonight for the Wolves. We get every angle for South Kitsap football as the ball is handed off. We've got some more substitutions in there. As soon as some of that traffic clears up, it looked like it was for the Wolves. Looked like that was number 28 or 29, Dylan Hops, or Austin Havens. So we're looking to see who that was. But looks like South Kitsap is on their way to their 8th victory of the season with only a minute and a half remaining in the game, ahead of Lincoln 47-18. As Tanner Romo is going to hand the ball off to the running back, straight up the middle. Nice job. Good blocking up front, though, by the offensive line.
It's a first down, Wolves across the 35 to the 37.
The offensive line for South Kitsap doing a really nice job there. As that was Dylan Hops with the carry.
Nice run up the middle from Hops there. Up the middle, picking up the first down, and I think the Wolves are going to take a couple knees here and finish out the game. Go in the locker room. Victor is 47-18 here on homecoming night. I'm guessing we're going to see a knee or two.
Tanner Romo under center. They're just trying to run this clock out here. The Wolves have a first down at their own 38-yard line. They're going to hand the ball off to the running back. That's number 43 for the Wolves. That's Aaron Chester. And Chester does a nice job of hanging on to that ball. He's going to gain about 5 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5. And D-Rod, we need to have another shout out. We've got to have a shout out for a couple of very important mothers out there.
Shout them out.
Judy Christensen and your mother.
Oh,
we can't forget your mom.
My mom, Leslie Morgan. She's at home tonight also, like my wife, and she's staying out of the rain. But yeah, mom's a big supporter of South Kitsap football. Has been for a long time.
So is Judy Christensen, and she's got a lot of stuff going on, and we were just glad that we just wanted to give her a nice shout out as Tanner Romo is going to take a knee here, and South Kitsap is on their way. They're going to go to 8-0 on the season. They are going to defeat the Lincoln Abes 47-18. And D-Rod, I got to give a big shout out to you, man. You've done a great job, and great having you back at the booth again.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me there. And I'll always be ready and willing to shout you out. And good job to the Wolves tonight, picking up victory number 8, defeating Lincoln by a solid 29 points here on homecoming night. 2009 as the teams meet at midfield to shake hands, which I always love the good sportsmanship. And congratulations again to the Wolves. Thanks to the video department for having us up here in the booth again for another home game, and we'll be back next week.
Exactly. We would like to thank everybody here tonight for joining us at this South Kitsap High School homecoming football game as South Kitsap defeats Lincoln 47-18. We would also like to thank the students of the video production crew and the program run by Mr. Mike Downham and here at South Kitsap High School who made this television program possible. Again, the final score, South Kitsap 47 and the Lincoln Abes 18. We will be back next week.
I believe on Thursday.
For the final home game of the season, and you are correct. It will also be live here next week.
Woo!
Next week, and it will be next Thursday night. Next Thursday night here, October 29th, live here on SKTV channel 205 as the South Kitsap Wolves will take on the Mount Tahoma Thunderbirds. So we would like to thank everybody for this wonderful production and homecoming game here tonight. So long and good evening from South Kitsap High School, everybody.
Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week.